1 minute until airtime. We're on the air in 30 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
It's time for the PIAA Class 5A championship game between the Roman Catholic Cahillites and the Bishop McDevitt Crusaders. Tonight's broadcast on the PIAA Radio Network is brought to you by Edgar Snyder and Associates, UPMC, and the NFHS Network. Let's send it out to Cumberland Valley High School's Chapman Field. With the call of the game, here's Eric Thomas and Cade Prabula.
365 days ago, these two teams met on this exact same field for a state title. It was Bishop McDevitt who came out on the winning end in overtime that night. Aiden Grella, a field goal to win it. They meet exactly a year later with the same prize on the line tonight as Bishop McDevitt and Roman Catholic do battle for the PIAA Class 5A championship. Welcome to Chapman Field in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania at Cumberland Valley High School on a crisp, clear, chilly night here in central Pennsylvania. The home side, Roman Catholic Cahillites, they are back in this state title game. They are refocused. They've got all the weapons back from a season ago, including quarterback Samaj Beals, Cade Prabula. This Roman Catholic team feels a lot older, a lot more mature. Their offense has been off the charts great this season. And they seem like they're pretty focused on coming back to this very field here tonight and getting a title that they feel was taken from them a season ago.
100%. This Roman Catholic team is rolling on offense. This season, they scored 52.6 points per game. They haven't even played a full game since October 10th. They've been mercy ruling their way to the state championship tonight. And they want revenge on this McDevitt team.
This Bishop McDevitt team, some of the personnel has changed from a year ago. Gone is quarterback Stone Saunders. He's at Kentucky now. Sebastian Williams has replaced him. Got off to a little bit of a rocky start as the starting quarterback for the Crusaders this season, but came around towards the latter part of the season, completing 70% of his passes. McDevitt started the season 0-2. They lost to Clarkson North out of Canada, and then their arch rival Harrisburg in Game 2. But since that point, they have been rolling along, as the Crusaders tend to do. They have outscored opponents by an average of 44-16 since starting the season 0-2. Some of the names, though, are the same for this team, including their backfield. Nazir Jones-Davis, Swoop as they call him, Maurice Barnes, and they've got a very, very talented sophomore running back in Jerome LaRue. That three-headed monster, they're going to want to get those guys going early in this game against this Roman Catholic defense.
What a game last week, McDevitt versus Peters Township. Sebastian Williams, like you said, really growing in his first year. He had to wait behind Stone Saunders, who's now at Kentucky. 260 yards, 2 touchdowns for Williams last week, and a thriller against Peters Township just to get to this game and defend their title.
And the other big story in that game a week ago, too, was Aiden Grella, who we mentioned at the top, kicked the game-winning field goal in overtime against Roman Catholic here a season ago. He also kicked the game-winning field goal a week ago in Altoona against Peters Township to get McDevitt back to this point. It's pretty nice when you can turn a game over to a kicker, and he can come out and make clutch kicks like that year after year after year. He's back for the Crusaders as well. We'll keep an eye on that as the night goes on. These two teams are about to take the field here at Chapman Field, and McDevitt will be the road team this year. They'll be in their all-whites with the gold numbers, gold helmets. Roman Catholic, the home side, they will be in their purple and gold. On the near sideline as we see it, we're on the home side here at Chapman Field, and it has been a chilly day here in central Pennsylvania. In fact, the weather has not been as big of a factor as it was yesterday. There's really no wind to talk about here, much like yesterday where the wind was blowing all over the place. Couldn't even talk to some of the officials during the game or hear their calls during the game because it was so cold and windy out there. But tonight, 27 degrees. It's going to be in the low 20s when all is said and done here tonight, but there's no precipitation in the forecast, which is a good sign. And the wind here is virtually nothing tonight, just 2 miles an hour out of the east-southeast. So that is a good sign for both teams. It is a near record low temperature, though, for this time of December. So it's a little bit different than last year's Friday night game where the wind was blowing at about 25 miles an hour. So a little bit better of a weather situation here tonight as the two sides take the field on opposite ends here at Chapman Field. And we're going to be set as we'll get the coin toss and kick this thing off for the 5A title. The first of two rematches here this weekend. Tomorrow afternoon, the 3A rematch between Avonworth and Northwestern Lehigh will take place at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and then we'll wrap it up with a 7 o'clock kickoff in the 6A title game between Central Catholic and Roman Catholic's rival in the Philadelphia Catholic League with Sal College in that 6A title game. This is, I mean, a lot of people have been focusing on this game here this weekend. There's no question about that. These two teams seem like they've been on a collision course. I think there might have been some questions about whether or not McDevitt could get back to this point, primarily because 5A in the West, with Pine Richland, with Peters Township, with Upper St. Clair, with Bethel Park, all those teams out there, with Moon, that was going to be a big hurdle for this Crusaders team to climb, but they showed some moxie towards the end of that semifinal a week ago, getting the game-winning drive led by Williams and then the game-winning kick by Grella to get back to this point tonight. Yeah, I'm interested to see how McDevitt comes out of the gate. Sometimes you have a little bit of a hangover when you have such a dramatic win the week before, just a week ago today. Excited to see how they come out of the gate, if they can recover and defend their title against Roman Catholic, who is hungry, and they've been vocal about that. Roman Catholic, a little familiar path for them this season too. Knocked off Whitehall in the first round of the PIAA tournament and then beat Hollidaysburg at Memorial Park in Mechanicsburg, about 3 miles away from where we are here tonight. The very same field they played Hollidaysburg on a year ago. They actually came over here to look at Cumberland Valley's field before that game to get a taste of what Chapman Field was like. They had a little bit of team meeting here above the field before that game with Hollidaysburg last year, and then they came back a couple weeks later to take on McDevitt in the state final. And then in the semis, they eliminated Springfield Delco. That game was really no contest last week. For McDevitt on their side, they won the District 3 title for the 19th time this season. They beat Exeter in the district semis and then Solanco in the district championship game. District 3, when you win the district title, you automatically go to the state semis. So they jumped right into the state semis against Peters Township. Peters Township happened to upset Pine Richland, the top seed in 5A in the WPIL. And then McDevitt clipped them last week by 3 on the Grella kick. And that sent us here to the rematch tonight for the 5A titles. The captains are coming out on the field for the coin toss. And then we will get this thing kicked off. There's 5 captains for Roman and 4 of them for Bishop McDevitt. Samaj Beals, one of the captains for this Roman Catholic team, the star quarterback, headed to Akron. We'll talk a lot about his season and what he's done for this program here tonight as we'll see the coin toss and then we'll get this thing going. Good crowd across the way. McDevitt's about 15 minutes away, 20 minutes away here from Chapman Field. They play on this field regularly. Cumberland Valley is a conference rival of McDevitt. And even when they were non-conference foes, those teams hooked up a lot in the first couple of weeks of the season. But this is a familiar sight for not just both teams, but McDevitt gets over here regularly because they are Mid-Penn Commonwealth foes and longtime rivals of the Cumberland Valley Eagles. So coin toss here on what is a gorgeous night for this 5A title game. Already today in the books.
Roman Catholic has won the toss.
And there's your call. Roman Catholic will defer, so McDevitt will get the ball first. And we'll see this offense led by Sebastian Williams out on the field here first. This 3-headed monster at running back for the Crusaders will take the field first, and we'll see if they can get that going here. So McDevitt will receive. We're going to take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll kick off the PIAA 5A championship game. It is Bishop McDevitt and Roman Catholic, the rematch that everybody was waiting for in 5A. It comes your way next. This is the PIAA Radio Network.
What is life-changing medicine? The discovery of cancer at the earliest possible stage, challenging limits and transforming the impossible into reality, or connecting people to doctors and specialists when they need it most. At UPMC, we believe life-changing medicine is all those things. Our goal is to change the world of medicine and the lives of those around us. UPMC, changing healthcare, changing lives. Life-changing medicine.
Thank you for over 40 years of trust. During those years, we've helped thousands of people just like you, our neighbors. We're here for you. We're here for our community. We're here for our region. The people that we worry about the most are the people who never hire an attorney. That's what the insurance company wants. When you do call us, you'll know that you have the firm with over 40 years of experience. And remember, there's never a fee unless we get money for you.
Today's game is streaming on the NFHS Network. With the NFHS Network, you can watch live and on-demand high school sports on any device, wherever you are. Text your friends and family who aren't at the game and invite them to watch live now at nfhsnetwork.com or with the NFHS Network app for Apple and Android.
The Pennsylvania Association of Broadcasters and the PIAA promote the highest ideals of good sportsmanship in interscholastic athletics. Always remember to respect student athletes, coaches, contest officials, and game administration to help promote a safe and positive game environment. Together, we can foster a community of good sportsmanship.
You're listening to the PIAA Football Championships on the PIAA Radio Network.
It's our national anthem tonight. We're about set to go here from Chapman Field, the Class 5A championship game between Bishop McDevitt and Roman Catholic. Cahillites looking for their first PIAA title in 5A. Bishop McDevitt trying to repeat and win a title for the third time in the last 3 seasons. They won it last year against Roman Catholic. Ironically enough, both teams ran 71 plays in that game a season ago, but it was McDevitt who had the upper hand in that one. Crusaders also beat Aliquippa back in 2022 on this very field. Lost to Aliquippa in 21 over at Hershey Park Stadium. And then it was in 2013, 2011, and 2010. They lost all 3 times to Archbishop Wood twice and Allentown Central Catholic. And they got to go all the way back to 1995. The Crusaders won their first state title when they beat Burrell up at Mansion Park in Altoona. This high-powered McDevitt offense will be on the field first, and as we talked about, since they started 0-2, demolishing teams. They've had some big numbers in games, including a monster night on the road at State College towards the end of the season. And they have allowed Sebastian Williams, the starting quarterback, to settle in for them. And he has become pretty good in replacing Stone Saunders. Back deep to receive for the Crusaders on the far side. It is going to be Ish Palmer, and then on the near side, it is going to be Jerome LaRue Jr. So we're set to go here in this highly anticipated rematch for the 5A title. Can McDevitt keep it, or can Roman Catholic take it? And we are underway. It's a low squibber taken at the 30-yard line, and that is by Campbell Milsich, who is going to be dragged down right near the 40-yard line. So that's where Sebastian Williams and company will start. 1st and 10, McDevitt will operate from right to left across your screen or dial, however you're looking at it here. They'll attack the end zone out towards Route 11 here, the open-ended part of the stadium. And Sebastian Williams and company out for the first time tonight. The offensive line for McDevitt tonight, Mitchich, Colbert, Slover, Logan, and Mena from left to right. Sebastian Williams, the junior quarterback, 70% completion percentage on the season. 19 touchdowns and 8 interceptions, also ran for 2 scores this season. Off the far hash, Williams out of the shotgun, play number 1 of the night, and he's going to hand it off and getting out to the near side and taking off down the sideline. There is Nazir Jones-Davis, 2024 All-State player, committed to Eastern Michigan earlier this week, and he is off and running for the first carry of the night, a 5-yard, 6-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 4.
That's the key for McDevitt tonight, establish the run. Sebastian Williams has had his best games when McDevitt is a threat to run the ball.
This time off the near hash, Williams out of the shotgun. Once again, he's got Jones-Davis behind him. Williams will now go up under center. He's got a glove in the left hand. He hands off to Swoop, and Swoop is going to get to the 50 and then inch his way across the 50. He'll mark him right at midfield. 5-yard gain. That'll be a first down for McDevitt. First down of the night, and the Crusaders are at midfield.
Yeah, 10 yards for the first down, and I'm surprised that Roman Catholic elected to squib kick on the kickoff. I'd like to keep an eye on that as the game proceeds. I know Ish Williams is a threat to take kicks back. He did last week against Peters, but already with just 2 plays, 10 yards, and McDevitt's at midfield.
Yeah, Rick Preet knows, the head coach at Roman, that they may give up some things in the run game. Pass over to the far side, intended for Jonte Quick, is too high that time. Justice Gaskins the coverage for Roman Catholic, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Roman Catholic mixes their fronts. The first play and that last play, they ran cover 3, which leaves the flats open, and McDevitt tried to take advantage of that with a quick out route from the slot, but just a little long by Sebastian Williams. It's cold out here. He's still getting loose. Those are throws he can make, and he's going to have to make if they want to win this game tonight. 2nd
down and 10 from midfield, 2 to the right. Jones Davis to the left of Williams on 2nd down. He will hand off to Swoop, and he is crunched right at the 50. Excellent job defensively for Roman Catholic. That is Ian Steed, the Temple commit, who steps in there to make the stop. Also Julian Enoch, one of the talented linebackers for this Cahillites team. No gain that time. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, Ian Steed, a guy that plays both ways with a big tackle there to bring up 3rd and 10 for McDevitt. Don't be surprised if Roman brings some pressure here, pins their ears back, and tries to get off the field.
They'll spread it out. 4 wide receivers, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Shotgun for Sebastian Williams. 3rd and 10 from midfield. Minute and a half gone here in this opening quarter. Jones Davis switches from right to left of the formation. Williams back to pass, looks to his left, and there's nowhere to go, and he's going to get dragged down. He uncorked the ball. And they're going to say incomplete, and the Roman Catholic defense, Rick Preet is screaming for an intentional grounding. There is a flag down. We couldn't see that with all the players in the way. There is a flag down right near the line of scrimmage, right near where Williams threw the football.
Well,
it's an illegal forward pass by Williams. It's a 5-yard penalty. Yep, so that'll be a loss of downs. Bring up 4th down. McDevitt will have to punt it away.
On 1st and 2nd down, McDevitt managed to gain 0 yards, brings up 3rd and 10, and Roman Catholic only brought 4 guys. They dropped 7 into coverage, and it wasn't a coverage sack as much as it was they got to him pretty quick.
Aiden Grella will punt it for McDevitt. Issa Neely is back deep to receive the kick. Grella puts his foot into it, end over end up in the lights. Neely going to let it hit right in front of him, take a McDevitt bounce, and this is going to roll all the way inside the 25 and back to the 22-yard line. I want to go back to something you just said, because one of the concerns for this McDevitt team has been how much Roman Catholic shows defensively, how much different stuff they show. They kind of had to cram a lot into this week to prepare for that, and that is a lot to ask a team that late in the season to kind of change philosophy and learn all these different fronts. I mean, part of the game, I understand that, but a lot for McDevitt to contend with here tonight with the amount of looks that Roman Catholic's going to throw at him. Okay, Hillites on the attack, first possession of the night. Beal's going to uncork it deep. Looking down the field, he got a man. It's wide open. It's Ash Roberts. Roberts beat the coverage. He's going to carry it inside the 25 and then get thrown back at the 25-yard line. Forward progress to the 24. One play, and they blow it up with Beals connecting deep for Roberts, and they're going to go hurry-up offense.
Roberts just blew by Shahid Clement on the first play of the game. And Beals is loose and warmed up. He aired that thing out about 45 yards, and it was on the money.
50-yard gain for Roman Catholic and a first down from the McDevitt 24. They go to the ground, and this is the first carry of the night for Trey Montgomery. Very talented running back, 652 yards on the season. And Rick Preet said he is going to be a Power 4 running back, no question about it. Just a sophomore in this offense, already getting a lot of calls about him in the office. It's second down. Beals out of the shotgun. Going to go to Montgomery once again, sweeping around the left side. He is pinned up, and there's R.J. Duffy, who meets him right at the 20. And that's going to be a loss of 1 that time for Montgomery and bring up third down.
Made by number 31, R.J. Duffy.
Interested to see what McDevitt does on defense here on third down. The first 2 plays, they were in man coverage. It's clear that they are making a statement, trying to stop the run.
Shotgun for Beals. We get a whistle.
And they were never set.
So that'll be 5 yards against the Cahillites. That'll push them back. It'll be third down and 11 now. Chance for us to set the offensive line for Roman Catholic. Left to right, it's Waddle, Ramos, McNear, Cochran, and Gomez. Up front, very good, very talented offensive line for the Cahillites. Beals at quarterback. The receivers we'll see tonight, Steed, Neely, Roberts. They are very good. Each of these receivers part of the sum, and they are multi-talented everywhere. As they give it to Neely, or rather that is Steed. He turns the corner, gets inside the 15, and he's down right around the 14-yard line. That should be enough for a first down on a gain of 11. They needed 11, they got 11.
Yeah, probably a play where they were just trying to cut it in half. Third and long, probably trying to get to a fourth and manageable, but they captured the edge on that power read. They gave it to the running back, and he picked up all that they needed.
Shotgun for Beals. Montgomery to his left. 2 receivers left. They go back to Montgomery. Now they reverse it. Ash Roberts coming around the far side, chased by Duffy. Roberts turns upfield, spins right into the arms of an awaiting Austin Mack. But a good reverse and a good time to dial that up. He's inside the 10. Short of the first down. It'll be second down and call it 3 as they go hurry up once again. It is 2nd and 3 from the McDevitt 7. Beals, pressure. Beals steps out of it. Beals looks to the end zone. Beals, he will take off and run, and Samaj Beals is in the end zone for the touchdown. Excellent decision by the senior, headed to Akron. First touchdown of the night goes to the Cahillites with 7:33 to go in the first quarter.
Good coverage on the back end by McDevitt, but Beals makes a play with his legs, makes 2-man miss, and scores. What a drive. We don't even have enough time to commentate in between the plays. They're going so fast. I see why they score 52 points a game.
They are relentless. Point after try. Upcoming here for Roman Catholic. McDevitt bringing a lot, and the kick end over end sails through the uprights and into the open area behind the uprights for the 7-0 lead. 7-yard touchdown run by Samaj Beals. And Roman Catholic has jumped in front of McDevitt 7-0. This is the PIAA Class 5A title game on the PIAA Radio Network.
Work hard and win big at West Virginia University. We automatically review applications for merit scholarship eligibility. No extra paperwork, no essays. Our scholarships are generous and non-competitive, which means if you have the grades, you have a scholarship. Plus, they're stackable, so you can get more than one and focus on what really matters. An easier path to your dream job. Let's go at wvu.edu.
You're listening to the PIAA Football Championships on the PIAA Radio Network.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by UPMC, life-changing medicine. And that drive changing the complexion of this game early on as Samaj Beals and company go right down the field and end it with a 7-yard run by the star quarterback as McDevitt will have it for the second time tonight. Teron Dennis on the return, and he gets to the 35 where he's upended right around the 35, and that's where Sebastian Williams and company will start. 1st and 10. Boy, what do you say about that opening drive by Roman Catholic right down the field, started by that 50-yard pass, 6 plays, 79 yards, 2 minutes and 34 seconds.
Yeah, that's who they are. And what really, the key to that drive, what kept that drive alive, was the jet sweep on 3rd and 11 where they were able to capture the edge, pick up 15. If it wasn't for that play, they would have had to go for it on a 4th down and or kick a field goal.
1st and 10 for Bishop McDevitt. Williams and company, shotgun off the far hash, trailing 7-0. Motion by the tight end, Liam Fuller. As he gets right into the slot, they pitch it wide to the near side. This is LaRue. LaRue trying to get through some traffic, and he is shut down across the 35 to the 37. A 2-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 8. And these guys, Sabir Dawson, the rover in this defense for this Roman Catholic defense. And Rick Preet had said earlier in the week that this defense this year it's flipped from last year. They're older on offense, younger on defense, but he really likes where this defense is at right now.
I like what they're doing. You said it earlier. They're giving McDevitt a different look on every play. That time it was man coverage, and they brought some pressure off the edge, and great tackling by this defense as well.
2nd down and 8 for McDevitt from the 37 off the near hash. Williams out of the shotgun, runner in his hip pocket to the right. Williams flings it far side, catch, and a dangerous one is made on the far side. Nope, they're going to say incomplete. That was in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. He's trying to get that to Gage Ruth.
A strong throw to the sideline again, catching Roman in cover 3, trying to take advantage of it, pick up an easy 5, make it 3rd and short, but instead it's knocked away by the DB and it brings up 3rd and 8. McDevitt last time on 3rd and long couldn't protect, so they're going to have to. It's an obvious passing down. They're going to have to protect and create some separation.
It's going to be 3 receivers to the right side of the formation, 1 at the bottom, and that one is Howard Holton. Shotgun for Williams off the near hash. Back to his right, snap to Williams, pressure coming. Williams stands in the face of it, throws far side. It is caught and off and running into Roman Catholic territory. Boy, that I thought for a minute that was going to be picked off. There is Jonte Quick. His 31st catch of the year, offers from Pitt and Syracuse, and he gets a first down for the Crusaders into Roman territory.
Great offense beats good defense. That was man coverage there. Roman bringing some pressure. Good pickup by the running back from McDevitt, and a great throw by Sebastian Williams on the outcut. A good catch by Quick. They've been hooking up all season long, and they're going to have to do that tonight if they want a chance to keep up with this Roman Catholic offense.
Quick has been in and out of the lineup due to injuries, but he is the healthiest he has been all season long. And when he is out there, he is it just changes everything for this McDevitt offense. As LaRue goes in motion, they fling it to him near side, and he slipped. Lost his footing back around the 48, and that's where they're going to mark him down. It's a loss of 4 on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 14.
To number 3, Jerome LaRue.
It truly feels tonight, and tell me if I'm wrong, but it truly feels tonight like Roman is playing with a little bit more of a lead. I know they're up 7-0, but I mean that in terms of the confidence that they're playing with. McDevitt's going to have to stay on schedule tonight and make big plays when they're there, because it feels like Roman is just moving at a different speed than them across the board.
Yeah, it's much different than it was a year ago. McDevitt in that game last year was able to establish the run early in that game. They kind of had to grind out the running yards here as Williams back to pass, going to dump it off, little screen to Swoop, and he is swarmed. He's going to lose even more back into McDevitt territory to the Crusaders' 48-yard line. A loss of 4, and that is going to bring up 3rd down and a mile now as McDevitt falls way behind the sticks.
That's 2 straight passes, screen passes, that go for losses. I liked McDevitt on the first drive. They ran the ball well. They've kind of abandoned it since those first 2 plays. But now, you bring up 3rd and long. Here's where maybe you'd like to see a screen. But if I'm the OC here, I'd like to see if Sebastian Williams can make another clutch throw on 3rd down and give me a 4th and short.
Going to spread them out again. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Williams off the far hash out of the shotgun. 3rd down and 18. Back to pass. The junior looks. He slings it down the field. It is tipped and almost intercepted. Ian Steed stepped in front of that. He had green pasture if he held on to it. It'll be 4th down for the Crusaders with 4:18 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, 3rd and 20. McDevitt tried to get all of it on the deep comeback route, but Ian Steed, the Temple DB commit, I know he plays both ways. Maybe that's why he's playing DB. He probably should have caught that and taken it back. It'd be 14-0 right now.
Yeah, I believe you said it exactly correct about Roman's speed, and I liked your analogy there, playing with the lead. I think that is, literally and figuratively, as the fair catch is called for on the punt by Steed. So Roman will take over with 4:12 to go in the first quarter, up 7-0, and we will step aside for a timeout. Cahillite's coming to bat here in the latter stages of the first quarter, up 7-0 on the PIAA Radio Network.
The PA Attorney General's office and the PIAA remind you to not let pain become a killer. If you suspect a teammate, family member, or friend of abusing prescription drugs, tell a coach, tell a teammate, tell a teacher, tell someone. For help and information, go to ddap.pa.gov, and together we can ensure that pain doesn't become a killer.
Believe it or not, at Edgar Snyder and Associates, their competition isn't other law firms. It's the insurance companies. If you've been hurt in an accident, watch out. Insurance companies will short sell you. They will deny your claim. They will do anything they can to avoid paying you. With over 40 years of experience, Edgar Snyder and Associates has seen every trick in the book. They'll fight the insurance company every day to get you the money you deserve. They're available 24/7, so contact them now at 1-800-94-EDGAR. And remember, there's never a fee unless they get money for you.
Together, we bring more. Celebrate the milestones, big and small, in life, from your first state championship win to a family get-together. And make them more meaningful with beef. Visit Beef. It's what'sfordinner.com for beef recipe inspirations and more.
You're listening to the PIAA Football Championships on the PIAA Radio Network.
Years, Wilson has been an icon on the gridiron, delivering elite performance on more high school football fields than any other brand, as well as being the official football of the NFL and NCAA. Where there's football, there's Wilson. Learn more at wilson.com. Eric Thomas, Cade Perbula with you here at Chapman Field as Roman Catholic takes back over. Beals going to launch it deep again, and he overshoots Ash Roberts this time, running up the far sideline. And it'll bring up a second down for Roman Catholic as we hit 4:06 to go in the first quarter.
Ash Roberts and Samaj Beals, both seniors tonight, trying to squeak out every last ounce of that connection that they've been loving all this year and for so long. Taking a shot again on first down. I love it.
16 total touchdowns between those two this season. Roberts headed to Temple as well. Al's doing a good job to keep some of this inner city talent at home as they hand it off to Montgomery, and he squirts his way across the 25 to the 26-yard line for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up a third down and 3 as we're under 4 minutes to go in this opening quarter.
The hope from McDevitt on defense is that they can get off the field in these situations. They've done a nice job on first and second down managing outside of the first play from scrimmage. I'd like to see, if they want to have a shot in this game, they got to get off the field on third down.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Cahillites did convert a third down on the first drive, 1 for 1 so far. 3rd and 3 from the 26 off the far hash, handoff Montgomery running left side, and he pushes that white shirt pile across the 30 to the 32. And he's going to have enough for the first down. He got 6 when they needed 3. They moved the sticks once again. And for Roman Catholic, that is their 4th first down already here in the opening 12 minutes.
And they're not running the ball through huge gaps or anything. They're just pushing the McDevitt defensive line back and resetting that line of scrimmage. That's how they're able to pick up that 3rd and 4.
Beals out of the shotgun, far side, hands off. Montgomery again got hit in the backfield, kept the legs working, but he's going to lose yardage back to the 31. It's going to be a loss of 1 on the play. And bring up a second down and 11. Good job in the backfield by Akeelan Smith. Safety stepping up for McDevitt. Second down and 11, under 3 to go in the first quarter. 7-0 lead for Roman Catholic. Motion by Steed away from us. Snap to Beals, gonna fling it out to the far side to Steed. One-on-one, he makes a move to the inside, now cuts outside. Steed, and a nice job by this McDevitt defense to cut off the corner and force a third down, I beg your pardon. 3rd down and long. That is Tyler Reinhardt, who leads the team in interceptions this season, making the stop. Steed to the far side of the formation. Roberts is on the near side. Now Steed comes in motion towards us. Beal's going to roll that way, gets set, fires near side. One-handed catch. What a grab out of the air that time by Steed. And he is going to have enough for the first down.
My goodness. What an athletic play by Ian Steed to snare that out of the air with one hand, make a guy miss, run another over, and he barely picks up the first down. And they continue to go fast.
He was falling away from the play.
That was unreal.
That was a crazy play. Beals back to pass, going to throw it near side, high one, and it's caught again. Pulled in this time, once again by Steed, or by Neely this time. And he's going to have enough for another Roman first down. So back-to-back plays and a first down. And they're into McDevitt territory at the Crusaders 46, and they go hurry up once again. First and 10 from the McDevitt 46 off the near hash. They hand it off to Montgomery right up the gut. And he leans forward to get to the 41 for a gain of 5. It'll be second down and 5 with 1:15 to go in the opening quarter.
And McDevitt trying to sub, they're trying to get set, and Roman is just ready to run another play. You can see their offense coordinator calling the offense before the play's even over.
Shotgun snap for Beals. Back to pass. Off his back foot, launches it near side. A lot of contact going down the field with Neely and the defender from McDevitt. No flag. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5 with 56 seconds to go in the quarter.
And McDevitt's plan tonight on defense, I actually like it for what they're up against Roman. They're running a lot of cover 3, which essentially turns into man once you break 10, 15 yards. And they're loading the box. The safeties are playing real close to the box. They've done a nice job stopping the run.
That was Ish Palmer in coverage. Beals on the read. Oh, he kept it alive somehow. Beals is spun around. Let's see where they mark it. He is going to be short. The ball came out, but now the question is going to be whether or not he was down. The officials taking their time. It is going to be Roman Catholic possession. He's going to be about a half yard, maybe the nose of the football short.
That's good enough for a Cahillite.
Nope, they're going to move the sticks with 43 seconds to go. He just got it by the nose of the ball.
Yeah, Roman runs the counter read there. Samaj pulls it. He's able to get just enough. Not blocked very well, but he made a few guys miss.
2 to the left, 1 to the right. Shotgun off the near hash for Beals. 27 seconds to go in the quarter. Beals back to pass, going to launch it near side. Got Roberts, diving effort, and he couldn't come up with it near the 5-yard line. He had blown right by Ish Palmer and had daylight if he was able to pull that in.
Yeah, McDevitt taking a gamble there. They brought the safeties down, man-to-man coverage, and he just shook the DB at the line of scrimmage.
I don't know if McDevitt got Palmer off the field in time, but the refs missed it. No, they did not. Montgomery gets the handoff, and he goes right up the gut for a short gain. They're going to get McDevitt for an illegal participation or illegal sub because they could not get Ish Palmer off the field fast enough.
These are the things that you just can't replicate at practice. How can you line up a scout team and run plays as quickly as Roman Catholic is running them and replicate this? McDevitt trying to sub, trying to get a guy off, and they weren't even close. A free play and an easy 5 yards for Roman Catholic.
Get the call.
Legal substitution on the defense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat, 2nd down.
So it's going to be a 5-yard penalty for McDevitt. They'll move the ball from the 36 to the 31 of McDevitt.
That's one way to catch your breath.
Yeah, it almost helps McDevitt in an odd sense here. It's going to be 2nd down and 5 with 16 seconds left. Rick Preet had said earlier this week that the game has slowed down for Samaj Beals. I want you to talk about that because you as a quarterback, when you went from year 1 to year 2 to year 3 to year 4 and how things slow down for the quarterbacks, talk about that here after the play as Beals has it, and we're going to get another flag. Looks like we got movement up front by Roman with 16 seconds to go in the quarter. So they gave 5 yards up, did McDevitt, and now they get it right back. But what does he mean when the game slows down for a quarterback? What does he mean by that, saying that it's easier and it slows down?
Yeah, I think that what that means to me is your eyes are in the right spot and you're seeing the right things. When you're new to the game or new to a different level of football, I think sometimes you see everything at once, but you really have to narrow down your vision and be specific with what you're looking at.
Beals under heavy duress, going to just throw it right into the ground. Maurice Barnes was in the area where he threw it. McDevitt's sideline wants an intentional grounding penalty.
Yeah, those are always tricky as a quarterback. Roman trying to run a screen there. He doesn't have a window to get it to his running back, so you're told to dirt it, but he dirted it to the other side of the field where the running back was not. And that's going to set them way back.
Third down, so they lose the down, and they're going to be backed up into their own territory.
Roman trying to beat McDevitt's record last week. They were flagged 18 times for 173 yards. Roman's been flagged 3 times on this drive, 2 times on this drive for at least 20 or 30 yards, and we're still in the first quarter.
I guess if you are going to get out of your system, you better do it in a semifinal and win the game, right?
Yeah, but some of those you can't really avoid. You run a screen, and McDevitt does a good job covering it. I wouldn't call that self-inflicted. His other option is just to take a sack.
Beals will hand it off on 3rd down and 33. As that time it is Hanif Sheed who gets the carry. And that will be the final play of the first quarter. So Roman, the only touchdown of the game so far, a 7-yard touchdown run by Samaj Beals. Roman is going to have a 4th down when we get back here to Chapman Field. You're listening to the PIAA Class 5A title game on the PIAA Radio Network.
What is life-changing medicine? Is it returning to the playing field or your favorite hiking path after an injury? Or running with your grandkids after a joint replacement? At UPMC, life-changing medicine is all those things. Through innovative research, rehabilitation, and advanced surgical procedures, our experts get you back to what you love doing. UPMC, changing healthcare, changing lives. Life-changing medicine.
Today's game is streaming live on the NFHS Network. With the NFHS Network, you can watch live and on-demand high school sports on any device, wherever you are. You can relive all the incredible moments from today's matchup on demand at nfhsnetwork.com or with the NFHS Network app for Apple and Android.
If you think you can make the calls, become a PIAA official. Make some extra cash, stay in shape, and enjoy interscholastic sports, all while making a difference in your community. Head to PIAA.org for more information.
You're listening to the PIAA Football Championships on the PIAA Radio Network.
Back here at Chapman Field, Eric Thomas, Cade Perbula. If you think you can make the calls, become a PIAA official, make some extra cash, stay in shape, and enjoy interscholastic sports, all while making a difference in your community. Applicants must be 16 years or older. Head to PIAA.org for more information. Just talking about that intentional grounding penalty that happened on Roman Catholic. Some discussion as to whether or not that actually should have been an intentional grounding penalty, as a receiver, Ash Roberts, was pushed out of bounds. Our rules interpreter, Mr. James Dotson, who's producing these broadcasts for us this weekend, has some thoughts on that.
Yeah, exactly that. I saw the wide receiver, number 0, Ash Roberts. He was in the area, but he had been forced out of bounds. It was good defense to force him out of bounds and away from the play. So I guess because of that, the officials thought that he was not close enough to be considered in the area, and because the ball was thrown down, it didn't cross the line of scrimmage, even though the quarterback is out of the pocket. But I thought a receiver was in the area, but I'm much further away than the men in stripes are.
First quarter numbers for Roman Catholic. They ran 19 plays, 110 yards. McDevitt, 11 plays for 25 yards. And we're going to get a running into the kicker against McDevitt. So it is going to be McDevitt ball with 11:52 to go in the half. It's going to be assessed on the return, so it's going to push McDevitt back slightly from the return here. All things considered, a game that so far through 12 minutes and 8 seconds has been dominated by Roman Catholic, but it's only 7-0.
Yeah, it feels that way. It feels like a win for McDevitt right now just to keep this 7-0 and have the ball. I think that if you're McDevitt, you want to make this game as short as you can. Take some time off the clock on this drive. Ultimately get some points. You have a good field goal kicker and show that you're here to play. You got to stop on defense. Now it's time to show that you can cross midfield and put some points on the board.
Williams will stand in the shotgun from the far hash. He's got 2 in the backfield with him. He hands it off on first down, and that is Nazir Jones-Davis, who carries it to the 25, a gain of 5 that time. It'll be 2nd down and 5 for McDevitt with 11:38 to go in the half.
Yeah, gain of 5 in this weather on first down. I'd like to see McDevitt continue to stick with this running game. They have 3 great running backs. They need their carries.
Spread it out again, 2 near side, 1 far side. Shotgun for Williams off the far hash. Jones-Davis again, steps through the line. Jones-Davis trucking a defender, lost the football, and Roman Catholic says they have it, and it looks like the Cahillites do. And they do as they uncork the pile. So the first turnover of the night committed by Bishop McDevitt with 11:14 to go in the half, and it's a fumble recovery for Roman Catholic in McDevitt territory.
I was just about to say, what a great run. He made a guy miss at the line of scrimmage, a burst, ran a guy over, but just lost the ball on his way down, and a great job by Roman Catholic to fall on it. Those are the kind of plays that determine the outcome of the game.
Cahillites take over in McDevitt territory at the Crusaders 33, attacking the end zone to our left, up 7-0. And knocking on the door right away. 3 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Shotgun for Beals off the far hash. Montgomery standing to his right. They motion out to the near side. It's Neely. Beals looks to his right, fires that way. Catch is made on the far side as the receiver will turn and dance out of bounds. And that is Ian Steed who brings in the reception once again, but it's enough for a Roman Catholic first down with 11:08 to go in the half.
Yeah, hitch route to the boundary. McDevitt's just giving him that. They're saying we're going to stay over the top, eliminate some big plays. If you want to take that, they caught him in cover 3 and they took advantage, an easy first down.
Shotgun for Beals once again off the far hash. He's got Justice Gaskins in the backfield with him now. Beals going to take off and run. Beals cuts back middle of the field. Beals inside the 10, and he's set up first and goal as he is tackled at the 7, called the 8-yard line.
Boy, he is a crafty runner. I've been watching him play. He's been playing for a while now. Obviously, he's senior. He's put on some weight. The counter read there, he pulls it, and he is a threat to go.
First and goal from the 7 for Roman Catholic, officially motion. To the near side is Neely. Beals a wide snap, has to scramble out of the pocket, dumps it off, got his man, and into the end zone for the touchdown is going to be Hanef Sheed.
What an outstanding play design by Coach Preet. They fake a quick throw to the field and just leak the running back out to the boundary. An easy dump off by Samaj Beals for the touchdown pass. Way to capitalize off that turnover. Only took them a couple plays, and it's 13-0. Roman Catholic.
Pair of 7-yard touchdowns by Roman Catholic. A pass from Beals this time to go with his 7-yard run. Point after try by Eli Polak is up, and it is through. 10:37 to go in the first half. Roman Catholic is in control of this one. They lead it 14-0. On the PIAA radio network.
It's interactive ice cream fun at the Turkey Hill Experience, located in Columbia, Pennsylvania. Learn how ice cream is made, invent and taste your own ice cream flavors in our taste lab. Milk our mechanical cows, star in your own commercial. Get unlimited free samples of iced tea and ice cream. Visit turkeyhillexperience.com for more information about the Turkey Hill Experience. Get a head start on your career in exciting fields like science, communication, engineering, and medicine, along with tuition assistance in the Pennsylvania National Guard. To learn more about the Pennsylvania National Guard, check out Join PA Guard on Facebook and Instagram, or go to nationalguard.com/PA.
7-yard touchdown pass from Samaj Beals to Hanef Sheed, and it's 14-0 Roman Catholic here at Chapman Field. Is Ish Palmer going to get the return from McDevitt? And boy, they needed that, as he is going to get it across the 45. He's still working near midfield and taken down just around midfield. They're going to mark him at the 49-yard line. Actually, I guess they're going to say forward progress stopped at the 47. And that's where McDevitt's going to take over first and 10. They needed that boost right there after that touchdown by Roman.
Yeah, I guess I see why they weren't trying to kick to him earlier in the game. It seemed like they were trying to squib it there, just accidentally leaked backwards. And when he caught it, he took off, and McDevitt already with the ball at midfield.
They do mark it at the 49 of the Crusaders. Our referee tonight is Joseph Kulik, umpire Kevin Hanlon, and the line judge Chris Fargerstein. Ryan Trimber is the line judge. Sean Michael O'Brien, the field judge. Sean Clunan's the side judge. As Williams goes back to pass, he got rocked and it's intercepted. Williams got lit up, and there's a caravan down the sideline for Roman as Jaden Thompson stepped in front of that, takes it all the way inside the Crusaders 20 with 10:15 to go in the half.
Yeah, a free blitzer off the edge put a shot on Sebastian Williams. That ball floated over the middle and is picked off and taken back to the 20. Roman Catholic is rolling right now. Walter Hudson, the linebacker, with a gift from Sebastian Williams.
Flag is for a sideline warning against Roman Catholic.
Sideline warning after, as you hear Joseph Kulik, our head ref tonight. First and 10 for Roman Catholic from the McDevitt 22. Well, the Crusaders just can't get anything going. Williams is 3 of 7 for 11 yards. He got drilled as he threw that football. Beals off the near hash out of the shotgun. Montgomery standing to his right. 2 receivers. Now he brings in man in the backfield. Actually, it's going to be Sheed in the backfield with him. Beals keeps, and Beals is going to get his way inside the 20 Down to the 16-yard line again. Is 6, 2nd and 4 upcoming.
Back to that interception. Those hits hurt so much worse when you see that you didn't get all that you wanted on that ball and it's floating in the middle of the air.
And that was Walter Hudson who had the interception. I said Jaden Thompson initially. That was Walter Hudson. As Beals keeps on the option. He options it out to the far side. Sheed couldn't anywhere near it. And luckily for Roman Catholic, they're going to recover this, but it's going to be a loss back to the 25. A loss of 8 that time, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 13 as we're down to 9.5 to go in the first half.
So far tonight, it's been a little bit of Roman Catholic being better and a little bit of luck. That ball just bounced. They ran the option to the wide side of the field, and Beals pitches it behind his running back. It's bouncing, and a good job by the receiver there to fall on it and keep this drive alive. 3rd and 12.
Beals off the far hash, out of the shotgun, back to pass, looks, steps up. Beals going to throw it near far side rather to Sheed, who makes the catch. And he gets down to the 21 for a gain of 3, a short gain that time with 9 minutes straight up to go in the first half. 4th down and 12, what do you do here?
Well, I go for it. You've had success in 3rd and long, 4th and long tonight. McDevitt, they're electing to play coverage. They're very sound. They're not bringing pressure. So, you know, if I'm Roman, see if Samaj Beals can extend the play and find a guy open downfield because they're giving him time. It looks like, you know, Baker Mayfield at Oklahoma just standing back there, patting the ball. They're going empty here.
Yep, 4th and 8. Beals out of the shotgun motion. Away and now towards us. Beals quick throw near side. It's Roberts. Makes the catch. Dances around back inside the 10. There is a flag down, and it looks like we might get a false start on Roman Catholic with 8:19 to go in the first half.
Well, there's a blessing for McDevitt. They just didn't cover the man in motion there who the penalty's likely on.
They are signaling against Roman Catholic here initially, so this is going to make it 4th and 13. Here's Kulik.
Illegal shift against the offense. 5-yard penalty. Spot. Repeat first down.
Yeah, illegal shift there. Usually that's when the guy in motion is heading towards the line of scrimmage. You have to be, if you're going to be moving while the ball snapped, you have to be going horizontal. And that's exactly what happened there. The guy who was in motion also caught the ball for the first down. A huge gift to McDevitt, who now has another shot to get a stop on 4th down and get off the field and keep themselves in this game.
You could have also called it because I don't think the wide receiver got set before the motion even happened.
Beals back to pass on 4th and 13, slinging it for the end zone. It is tipped and knocked away. And there is the stop McDevitt's defense desperately needed. Tyler Reinhardt had a chance to pick that off, but knocked it away with 7:57 to go in the half. McDevitt's going to take over down 14-0.
Yeah, Beals had a man open in the end zone. They run like a skinny post from the boundary. I just didn't put enough juice on it. You'd like to see a stronger throw there. I see him really rip it. He tried to float it, and safety comes over, makes a nice play on the ball. Actually, probably a good thing he didn't catch it because instead they have the ball at the 25.
7:57 to go in the first half. This is really a must drive here for McDevitt. Down by 2 touchdowns. Williams takes the snap. They hand it off. Jones-Davis, good run on first down as we get a flag that flies in from the secondary. As Jones-Davis is ushered towards the sideline and driven there right at the stick. He's going to be a yard short.
Instead, there's a flag on the play.
Let's see what the flag is. Joseph Kulik, our referee, will have the call here. It's gotten colder here tonight as the temperature drops. Some genius decided to take the windows out of the booth to open them up tonight. It's going to be a hold on McDevitt. It's going to back the Crusaders up 10, and we'll bring up a 2nd down. Now, this was from the spot. This was from the play, so this is not going to be 10 yards from the line of scrimmage. It's actually going to amount to 1st and 11 from the 24 for McDevitt. Williams has an extra blocker in the backfield, out of the shotgun, 2 receivers near side, got away with a receiver leaving early as Jones-Davis is going to get bottled up right at the 25. They'll give him forward progress to the 26 for a gain of 2.
Jones-Davis carries for the Crusaders.
The stats really won't show it because of the fumble, because of the holding. But McDevitt has actually been running the ball pretty well tonight. If you're listening, you probably obviously can't see it, but they're creating space. They're opening holes up. They're pushing Roman back. Would like to see them kind of stick with the run for a drive and hold on to the ball as well, see if they can move their way down the field.
And Jones Davis is averaging 5.3 a carry. They go back to him again on second down, running left side over the 30 this time, and he's going to fall forward to the 32 for a gain of 6, and that's going to leave him third down and about 3 with 7 minutes to go in the half.
And these are gritty runs by the Eastern Michigan commit Swoop, Nazir Jones Davis. Sometimes they're creating a lot of space, and sometimes, like that last play, no one's blocking, but he's a load to bring down.
Yeah, he says he has unfinished business when he goes to Eastern Michigan. I have a feeling he's not going to finish at Eastern Michigan. He is going to find himself a new home after a few seasons with the green and white. High snap to Williams. This is a quarterback draw on third down. He's going to be close. Needed to get to about the 36.
Sebastian Williams,
the 36 side of the 35, if that makes any sense, and it's going to be enough for a first down.
I like what you're saying about Jones Davis there. I think schools are using that as a recruiting tool now, and the conferences like the Mountain West and the MAC and the American, they say, hey, come here. We're going to put you on the field and earn it and show that you can play at the next level. And when I say the next level, I mean the Power 4, the SEC, the Big Ten. Hopefully he gets his opportunity. I've seen a lot out of him tonight, like how he's playing.
Yeah, he's playing really well. They go back to the ground. LaRue explodes through the hole, and he's up to the 45.
LaRue, the ball
Good run by Jerome LaRue to the 45-yard line. Should be enough for another Crusaders first down, and it will be with 5:53 to go. Sincere Bowers was a running back here for McDevitt. He ended up going to West Virginia. There's a lot of talk that Jaheim White, who's from your neck of the woods, might actually transfer out of West Virginia because Bowers is basically taking that job over as a running back. But we'll see what happens there with those two. But you know Jaheim White pretty well. I'm assuming he was a talented running back in high school.
They don't get better than that at the high school level.
He was fantastic, as LaRue's going to lose a couple yards back to the 43 that time, loss of 2. That's going to bring up second down and 12.
It's almost like my headset is connected to the McDevitt headsets because I think they've run the ball on 6 or 7 straight plays. But they're seeing what I'm seeing. They're creating space. They're pushing this Roman Catholic line back, and I think until they make a commitment to put some extra guys in the box, they're playing a lot higher than what McDevitt is. They're not as committed to stopping the run.
Snap to Williams, hands off. Jones Davis again, lowering that shoulder and just pushing some purple shirts back towards the 50. Gets up to the 49. Gain of 6 that time. It's going to leave McDevitt a third down and 6 as we're inside 5 minutes to go in the first half. Roman Catholic has a 14-0 lead, a touchdown run by Samaj Beals and a touchdown pass by Beals. About 6 minutes ago to give Roman Catholic the lead. They have basically lived on the McDevitt side of the 50 tonight. This is the best drive by the Crusaders thus far, though. As they get it to just outside of midfield. Third down and 6 with 4:22 to go in the half. Williams in the shotgun. Jones Davis to his right. 2 receivers each way. Snap to Williams. Looks to his left. Going to fire it that way. Catch is made. It's short of the first down, though. It's a good spot to the 46, but it's a yard shy of where they needed to go, and it's going to be 4th down and 1.
Soft coverage there by Roman Catholic. Sebastian Williams on the quick out route to the slot to the short side of the field. Just gets it out a second late, and his receiver has to wait on it and allows the DB to recover and make the tackle, bring up 4th and 1. A huge play. I think it's McDevitt's first play from Roman Catholic territory.
Yeah, they're going to go for it here in 4th down, and I agree with this call. As they get Williams under center this time, Jones Davis, the deep back. They line everybody up tight. This is going to be a quarterback push, and I don't know that he got it.
Nope.
The Roman defense up front. That front 4 just obliterated Williams as he tried to dip behind his center, Jude Slover, and the Roman Catholic defense said no chance. Cahillites take over at the 46 with 3:33 to go in the half.
The tush push, the play that seems so impossible to stop when you watch it on Saturdays and Sundays. Roman Catholic makes it look easy. They blow up the interior of that McDevitt line and get a huge stop on 4th down. If McDevitt is able to continue that drive and score, head into halftime, 14-7, this is a completely different game. But instead, Roman Catholic with an opportunity to take the ball and go up 3 scores before the half.
Cahillites take over, 1st and 10 from the 46, 3:33 to go. Beals out of the shotgun, far side, hands off to Sheed. Sheed running to the right into McDevitt territory to the 48. Gain of 6 that time. It'll be 2nd down and 4. Yeah, that defensive front, you've got Wright, you've got Enoch at the end spots, Goodwin in the middle, and Smith-Ray, who Rick Preet absolutely loves in the middle. He is going to Akron as well. 2nd and 4 for the Cahillite. Snap to Beals, hands off. Sheed running right side again, and he's going to get cut down right around the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 1. It'll bring up 3rd down and 3.
And this is Roman Catholic's offense tonight. 1st down, 2nd down, and then 3rd down have produced some of their biggest plays tonight. Wouldn't be surprised if they have something creative here on 3rd down.
2:45 to go. Beals quick throw to the near side. Catch is made. It is Steed inside the 45. And where he's marked, he will have enough for the Roman Catholic 1st down. They've got 4 on the play with 2:36 to go. Running clock here in the half. Roman Catholic still has all 3 timeouts left.
It's the 2nd time tonight Steed caught the ball short of the 3rd down marker, was able to will his way to a 1st down.
Trips near side. They hand it off Sheed once again as Ja'Kai Logan wraps him up at the 40. Gain of 3 that time. Bring up 2nd down and 7 as we hit 2:14 to go in the half.
McDevitt, with their safeties, are playing much tighter than what Roman Catholic safeties are, and you see it in their ability to stop the run a little bit better. Just not able to stop the pass and get off the field on 3rd down tonight. That's the story for them.
2 minutes to go here in the half. Pressure coming. Beals going to launch it far side. Running underneath of it and walking on into the end zone for the touchdown is Ash Roberts.
That was pretty. What a throw by Samaj Beals to the wide side of the field. Hits Ash Roberts in stride. And tonight is Roman Catholic's night. 20-0 in the 2nd quarter.
Beals has dialed up Roberts a couple of times tonight. And it has worked masterfully. That's his 2nd touchdown pass.
For Roman Catholic, number 27, Eli Pollock.
McDevitt asking a lot of their corners. Man-to-man coverage out there on an island. And it's not the first time tonight that a Roman Catholic receiver has blown by, gotten behind one of these McDevitt DBs and made him pay. But a great throw there by Samaj Beals in his last high school football game.
Yeah, he is headed to Akron, and he has had a remarkable career. 12,000 yards, over 12,000 yards in his career. Was the first team All-PCL over LaSalle's Gavin Sidwar, who will play here tomorrow night against Central Catholic in the 6A title game. We hope you tune in for that one as Pollock will kick it away for the extra point try with 1:53 to go in the half. McDevitt brings a guy off the edge, and he'll get a flag in again.
Some controversy in that All-PCL selection.
Yes, there was. I think they.
But 2 great quarterbacks, really. The Pennsylvania, I grew up in Pennsylvania, played quarterback here at Central York High School, went on to play quarterback at the University of Delaware. Pennsylvania should be proud of the quarterbacks that they've been producing lately, and especially in this 2026 class with Sidwar and Beals, many others.
Yeah, you know a couple guys that are in the SEC.
Yeah, that's right. All those guys make us proud. You were talking about the running backs at West Virginia, the pipeline from Central PA out there. It's all good.
So we'll re-tee this up here for Pollock with 1:53 to go. Again, the pressure by McDevitt. Pollock puts his foot into it, end over end. It is up and it is through. Dominating performance by Roman Catholic here in the first half. 2nd touchdown pass for Samaj Beals. Cahillites lead the 5A championship game 21-0. This is the PIAA Radio Network.
The PIAA is honored to have St. Luke's University Health Network, a nationally recognized entity in sports medicine, as the official medical provider of the PIAA Championships. St. Luke's University Health Network is a top 100 major teaching hospital which provides care to athletes ranging from youth sports to professional athletes in Pennsylvania. St. Luke's Sports Medicine offers comprehensive athletic training, orthopedic care, physical therapy, and concussion management, plus sports performance training for individual athletes and teams. St. Luke's is proud to have been chosen to support the Champions of Pennsylvania as the official medical provider of the PIAA Championships.
Some see a high school football stadium. We see a place where Pennsylvanians come together as a community. The Pennsylvania Association of Broadcasters and the PIAA creating opportunities for student athletes to be seen across Pennsylvania.
You're listening to the PIAA Football Championships on the PIAA Radio Network.
Back here at Chapman Field, Eric Thomas, Cade Perbula, 21-0 Roman Catholic. While we have a moment, let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the PIAA Radio Network.
You're listening to the PIAA Football Championships on the PIAA Radio Network.
So Pollock will kick it away. McDevitt will have 1:53 to go here in the first half, all 3 timeouts, and he pops this one up. Palmer runs underneath of it at around the 23. Palmer going from right to left, trying to break it to the outside, and does get to the 40 where he's wrestled down on the McDevitt sideline. So again, good starting field position for the Crusaders, but they got to get something going here late in this half, as remember, Roman Catholic is also going to receive the second half kickoff, and they are up 21-0.
Sometimes these opportunities before the end of the half, before the end of the game, is when the offense can catch a little bit of a spark. You know, you get some softer coverage on defense. You call some plays that maybe you otherwise wouldn't be comfortable calling because you've been calling a little more conservative. Would like to see McDevitt give Sebastian Williams a chance. I know they've been running the ball well. I've been preaching it. Give him a chance to throw the ball down the field and get the ball out to his receiver, see if they can make some guys miss.
Williams just 4 of 9 in this game for 16 yards, and he's been picked. They go to the ground on first down. And Jones-Davis is slammed to the turf. Actually, that is Maurice Barnes, who has a carry, a 1-yard gain that time with 94 seconds to go in the half.
And Sebastian Williams has to run to the sideline to get the play call from whoever's calling plays for McDevitt.
Yeah, Jeff Wechter.
Yeah, Wechter.
And
slows down their process here.
Yeah, Pat Berry is also the offensive coordinator for the Crusaders, but Weck is the one that does a majority of the play calls. Shotgun snap for Williams. Surveys over the middle. Got a man in space. First big play of the night for the Crusaders, and it couldn't have come at a better time, as Howard Holton Jr. is going to bring it in inside the 25 for the Crusaders. Big first down. 62 seconds to go in the half.
Outstanding throw. They finally give Sebastian Williams some time to throw tonight. They run a double post and send a crosser just underneath of him. And he layers that ball over top the linebackers, underneath the safeties, and McDevitt, with their biggest play of the night, their first time inside the 30 with a minute to go.
It's a 33-yard gain from Williams to Holton, as we got an injured Cahillite on the field right at the Roman sideline at around the 26, 27-yard line. They get him off the field. Tough to tell who that is. That is Corin Russell Jr., and that is a big loss for this Roman secondary. He is one of the best that they have at coverage. Also a Division I prospect for this Roman side. But Williams needed that throw for his confidence, got it, and they got a 1st and 10 at the Roman 26. Shotgun off the near hash. Williams looks to his left, going to air it out for the end zone. Jump ball, and it's intercepted in the end zone. Picked off for the second time tonight is Sebastian Williams. Chase Hinton steps in front of that one and takes it away from the receiver. The Cahillites take over with 55 ticks to go in the half.
Yeah, and I was covering for Williams on the first interception, saying, you know, maybe he got hit. The ball floated on him after he got hit, but that one was a clean pocket. He had a guy with 2 steps on his defender, but that one floated on him. His feet weren't really set in the pocket, was moving. Not really a good reason to be moving, but he was moving a little bit, and that ball floated. And a great play by the Roman Catholic defender to tip that to himself, pick it off in the end zone, take a knee, and end that drive quickly.
By the way, Beals and company still have 3 timeouts as he's going to step back, break out of the pocket, swarmed and sacked. Back near the 10-yard line, McDevitt finally gets home on some pressure. Roman's going to burn a timeout here with 46 seconds to go. That is Teron Dennis who had to stop for McDevitt. That's his 2nd sack of the season. It's actually McDevitt who calls a timeout. I assume they do that because of the loss. And they have 3. They did have 3 timeouts remaining. So they have a shot here to maybe play a little field position late in this half.
No, I like it. I know it's 21-0. I know McDevitt has 3 turnovers now, but they've shown that they can get a stop. They can move the ball on offense. Hasn't gone their way tonight. But I like continuing to play aggressive, calling time out there in hopes of getting the ball back one more time, because you said it earlier, Roman gets the ball out of the half, and seems like when everything's under control and calm, Roman will just go right down the field on just about anybody in the state and maybe in the East Coast.
They added 1 second back to the clock, so there's actually 47 seconds left. Yeah, Roman and McDevitt, by the way, are both going to move up to 6A next year. And for McDevitt and both teams, really, it doesn't matter because they play predominantly a 6A schedule anyway. Roman is trying to take their schedule national, though. They want some of those big-time games at the likes of St. Joe's Prep out of their own conference play. A little slip screen that time to the 10, and that goes no further as Steed was able to bring that in. We'll get a timeout called here with 40 seconds left. And that is McDevitt who burns their second timeout. So they have one more to go here. It's going to be 30-19 for Roman.
I love what Roman's doing. I love what Coach Preet's doing. Playing a national schedule. I think it's good for the state. You have these top players who have ambitions of playing a national schedule when they're in high school. I'm not I obviously played public school football, not going to promote that. But if you're someone who wants to do that, it's nice to have the option to do that at Roman Catholic. And then still, I know there's a lot of argument about should these private schools be allowed to compete in the state bracket. I like seeing them compete.
I do too.
You know, and we've seen for I know it seems like every year it's private versus private, but there are the years where there's public schools put it together and they come and compete. And I don't know. I hear both sides, but if I had to vote, I'm all for letting these private schools go play their national schedule and then come back and play in the state championship bracket. I think it's all about, to me, I have a bigger picture on it, making the state look good and letting the top teams play. I'm all for it.
Yeah, you and I are in 100% agreement on that, as Montgomery's going to get the carry. He's across the 15 to the 17. That's a gain of 6 that time. That's going to bring up fourth down. McDevitt's going to call his final timeout. Just to further that point, and actually we will step aside and take a quick timeout, so we'll further that point after this. You're listening to the Class 5A title game on the PIAA Radio Network.
Thinking about a career in medicine? Osteopathic medicine combines a total body approach to the patient with modern science. With 4 College of Osteopathic Medicine campuses right here in Pennsylvania, your opportunities are endless. To find out more, visit poma.org. This message is brought to you by the POMA Foundation, a healthy lifestyle partner of the PIAA.
You're listening to the PIAA Football Championships on the PIAA Radio Network.
We're going to have to.
Back here at Chapman Field, Eric Thomas and Cade Perbula. Producer tonight, James Dotson. 36 seconds to go in the first half. 21-0 Roman Catholic. And for the first time tonight, the Cahillites, actually the second time tonight, the Cahillites will punt it away. McDevitt's going to get this presumably around midfield. They won't have any timeouts left. And now Rick Preet and company are going to call a timeout. There's a little mix-up. So they're going to burn their first timeout. It's basically a use it or lose it timeout situation. Mention the schedule for Roman Catholic. Now, you might want to pay attention to it when they release it coming up sometime over the winter or springtime, and that's all we can say about that. But you're going to want to pay attention to it because there's going to be some news about it coming up here in the offseason in the run-up to the 26 football season. It's going to be pretty good for them.
And this year they obviously played the local Philadelphia private school teams. They lost to St. Joe's Prep by 1 in double overtime. They lost to DeMatha. That was a pretty convincing win by DeMatha, but the name is known down there in Maryland. It's a very well-respected private school. It sends guys to the NFL year after year. And then they lost by 1 to Providence Day, who was the North Carolina Division I state champ, again by 1 point early in the year. So Roman Catholic proving that they can compete not only at a state level, moving up to 6A next year, but across the East Coast for now.
Roman will punt it away here as Steed kicks it away. This is going to end up working out for McDevitt as Palmer dangerously steps up to get it right near the 45-yard line. So the Crusaders, with a half a minute to go here in the half, are going to have just 45 yards in front of them.
Yeah, they lost their – really what happened, they threw an interception. They lost 3 timeouts and 30 seconds off the clock. So –
hey, you talked about national schedule. How about international schedule for McDevitt, right?
That's right. Yeah, they played Clarkson North out of Canada to start the year. Technically not counted in their record. The PIAA lists them officially at 12-1 because that's not a PIAA school, but we go by the actual record of the school, so they're 12-2. They got handled by Clarkson North in that game, then lost to Harrisburg, and then since then they've ripped off 12 in a row. Is Williams and company going to look to air it out here on first down? That is tipped, and coming back to get it is Jonte Quick. He came back to catch it right near the 36-yard line. Not going to be enough for a first down, so they got to hustle. Clock continues to run. Down to 15 seconds to go, and Williams will clock it on second down. It'll be 3rd down and 1.
Another thing to keep in mind, you were talking about earlier, McDevitt can kick field goals. They can send the unit out there. They feel great about their kicker. He's had success here on this field, winning them the state championship game last year, the semifinal game last week. I'm not sure what his range is, but it's, based on what we've seen before, maybe, what do you say, another 15, 20 yards, and they can at least feel good about sending the unit out there?
Funny you should ask, my friend. He's 6 of 8 this season with a long of 42. So they need about, 10, 12 yards here to be safe. 14 seconds to go in the half as Williams looks to his left. Going to throw it that way. That was tipped. Tipped at the line of scrimmage by Wright. And that's going to stop the clock with 10 seconds, but it's going to be 4th down. And they are going to try a field goal here with Grella. This is going to be 53 yards for Grella. Actually, they may punt this. Let's see. He is the punter, too. Nope, they're going to kick it. Tyler Reinhardt's out there to hold. They're going to try a 53-yarder to get some points here with 10 seconds to go in the half.
And on a cold night, no wind blowing, but
these are the same uprights he got the game-winning kick into last year. It's off the near hash.
Uh-oh.
And we're going to get a timeout and a freeze opportunity here by Rick Preet. Nope, we got a flag. So this is going to back it up 5. And now it looks like Grella, they're still going to try this.
No, they're crazy now.
This is 58 yards. If he makes it, it'll be the longest field goal in state championship game history if he's able to boot this thing through.
There's no way. 10 seconds left, 4th and 6. I'd like to see them send the offense out there, try to pick up 7, get out of bounds, or they could even spike it if you pick up the first down.
Grella, who's got the foot, and it's blocked. Roman, for the second time against McDevitt in a state final, actually gets a hold of this one, but this one is definitely blocked. They get the return, and Steed is off and running down the far sideline. Steed got one to beat to the sideline, and time is going to expire as he's taken out of bounds. Boy, that was almost catastrophic for McDevitt at the end of the first half.
Well, that was fun. And Roman Catholic is fired up on their way to the locker room for halftime. You can consider it blocked. I would probably consider it not high enough. Might have been blocked by one of his own linemen, went off the back of their helmet, looked like.
Yeah, he might not have gotten that all the way up. But as it stands, 21-0, Roman Catholic in front of McDevitt here through 24 minutes of play. We'll come back with the halftime show next on the PIAA Radio Network.
Sports Fox Photography is Central Pennsylvania's home for dramatic, high-energy sports images. Booster Clubs, now's the time to book your media day and game day photo sessions for next season. See our full gallery and reserve your dates at sportsfoxphotography.com or follow at sportsfox.photography on Instagram and Facebook for the latest highlights. Capture the moments, celebrate the athletes, choose Sports Fox Photography.
What is life-changing medicine? The discovery of cancer at the earliest possible stage, challenging limits and transforming the impossible into reality, or connecting people to doctors and specialists when they need it most. At UPMC, we believe life-changing medicine is all those things. Our goal is to change the world of medicine and the lives of those around us. UPMC, changing healthcare, changing lives. Life-changing medicine.
Fans, celebrate the holiday season with Wise Markets by checking out their amazing seasonal savings. Don't forget to redeem your points for additional free or reduced Wise quality items, all thanks to their newly improved holiday program. If you're looking to round out your holiday meal, save over $20 on select Wise quality items with their Holly Deals digital coupon program. But if you're busy with guests, why not order an entertaining platter? Wise customers can even earn 2 times the Wise Reward points on party platters, custom cakes, and party pizzas. Find all the great deals at your local Wise Market or at wisemarkets.com. Eat better, spend less, that's Wise.
You're listening to the PIAA Football Championships on the PIAA Radio Network.
Halftime here at Chapman Field. Eric Thomas, Cade Perbula with you through 24 minutes, and it's Roman Catholic with a 21-0 lead on the defending state champion Bishop McDevitt Crusaders. Look, McDevitt has not been able to stop Roman's offense, but the Crusaders have also left some opportunities out there in that first half, too.
Yeah, if I'm a McDevitt fan, I'm a little sick to my stomach tonight at some of the opportunities and some of the turnovers. 3 turnovers tonight, a fumble, and 2 interceptions. One was, I'd say, Sebastian Williams' fault. One was based off of a hit. But, yeah, like you said, they've had their opportunities tonight to keep this game close, maybe not have the lead, but to keep it close, and instead it's 21-0 at halftime and a long way back, especially considering Roman Catholic gets the ball first.
Yeah, they will get the second half kickoff to start. Good first half for Samaj Beals, 10 of 14 for 147 yards and 2 touchdowns. He was sacked twice, but got things rolling with a 50-yard pass, and off and running went the Roman Catholic offense. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, James Dotson will have your first half stats and highlights as the halftime show rolls on here from Chapman Field. You're listening to the PIAA Class 5A title game on the PIAA Radio Network.
Thank you for over 40 years of trust. During those years, we've helped thousands of people just like you, our neighbors. We're here for you. We're here for our community. We're here for our region. The people that we worry about the most are the people who never hire an attorney. That's what the insurance company wants. When you do call us, you'll know that you have the firm with over 40 years of experience. And remember, there's never a fee unless we get money for you.
Today's game is streaming on the NFHS Network. With the NFHS Network, you can watch live and on-demand high school sports on any device, wherever you are. Text your friends and family who aren't at the game and invite them to watch live now at nfhsnetwork.com or with the NFHS Network app for Apple and Android.
The Pennsylvania Association of Broadcasters and the PIAA, 2 community-focused organizations, are proud to be collaborating to provide Pennsylvanians free access to local high school sports broadcasts. To follow your schools, check your local TV and radio stations for coverage. Through the PAB and PIAA partnership, following Pennsylvania.
On behalf of the PIAA, we'd like to thank our friends at First Citizens Community Bank, a local community bank who have been building better communities for over 150 years throughout Pennsylvania. To learn more about FCCB and what they can do for you, visit myfccb.com or find them on Facebook. Transform your field with Digital Scoreboard's massive outdoor LED displays. Designed to handle any weather, they deliver bold visuals for scores, replays, and sponsor ads. Visit digitalscoreboards.net to get started.
Welcome to the halftime show on the PIAA Radio Network. With a recap of the first half, here's James Dotson.
From the Faulkner Automotive Group for PIAA commemorative.
Rella, who's got the foot, and it's blocked. Roman, for the second time against McDevitt in a state final, actually gets a hold of this one, but this one is definitely blocked. They get the return, and Steed is off and running down the far sideline. Steed got one to beat to the sideline, and time is going to expire as he's taken out of bounds. Boy, that was almost catastrophic for McDevitt at the end of the first half.
Well, that was fun.
Perfect way to go into our halftime show here. That was a fun first half, especially if you're a Roman Catholic fan. 21-0 advantage over McDevitt as they're looking to get a little redemption in the rematch of last year's Class 5A championship. So we recap here our first half of action. McDevitt got a first down on their first drive, had to punt it away. Roman Catholic wasted no time, and I mean that pretty literally. Just a couple of minutes, a lot of no huddle, big pass down the field. Ash Roberts sets up the first touchdown of the game as Samaj Beals calls his own number and punches it in the end zone.
They go hurry up once again. It is 2nd and 3 from the McDevitt 7. Beals, pressure. Beals steps out of it. Beals looks to the end zone. Beals, he will take off and run, and Samaj Beals is in the end zone for the touchdown. Excellent decision by the senior, headed to Akron. First touchdown of the night goes to the Cahillite.
Made it 7-0 early on in the game. Another McDevitt butt. Roman drives down the field. They have some difficulties, a penalty, then an intentional grounding. They have to punt it away. McDevitt looks like they're starting to move the ball down the field. Roman Catholic has other ideas.
Spread it out again, 2 near side, 1 far side. Shotgun for Williams off the far hash. Jones Davis again, steps through the line. Jones Davis trucking a defender, lost the football. And Roman Catholic says they have it, and it looks like the
Cahillites do recover that fumble a couple plays later, and Roman punches in again, this time through the air, wide open for the touchdown.
Officially motion to the near side is Neely. Beals a wide snap, has to scramble out of the pocket, dumps it off, got his man, and into the end zone for the touchdown is going to be Hanef's Sheed.
A 7-yard touchdown pass to Sheed there made it 14-0. Interception on the next drive. Roman could not capitalize, end up turning it over on downs. McDevitt, again, a good drive. They get to midfield. I'll call it the bush push just because I have Mr. Eric Thomas next to me. Did not work for McDevitt on 4th down. Their QB sneak stopped at the 45-yard line. And Roman Catholic, a little exclamation point on the first half.
2 minutes to go here in the half. Pressure coming. Beals going to launch it far side. Running underneath of it and walking on into the end zone for the touchdown is Ash Roberts.
That was pretty. What a throw by Samaj Beals to the wide side of the field. Hits Ash Roberts in stride.
Ash Roberts got behind the defense a couple of times in that first half, including that one there to end the scoring, at least, to end the first half there for the Roman Catholic Cahillites. In control in this one. Numbers are pretty even. A slight edge for Roman Catholic, 197 yards of offense versus 120 for Bishop McDevitt. Samaj Beals, 10 of 14 passing for 147 yards and those 2 touchdowns, 1 to Roberts and 1 to Sheed. Rushing actually in favor of Bishop McDevitt, with Niels Davis going for 43 yards on the ground. Williams, though, throwing the football for McDevitt, 6 of 13 for 58 yards and 2 interceptions. So a fumble, 2 interceptions, and then that fun blocked field goal at the end of the first half. All Roman Catholic on the scoreboard right now, 21-0 over Bishop McDevitt at the halftime break. Game 4 of the weekend, Game 3 earlier today in the Class 2A tournament, and it was familiar names getting a 15th championship. We'll recap Southern Columbia's championship victory over Farrell when we return here on the PIAA Radio Network.
Fans, you can have it in white, chocolate, strawberry, or practically any flavor you like. It's the beauty of milk, and no other drink quenches a king-size thirst like milk. After practice, reach beyond the colas and other drinks and get your hands on a tall, cold glass of milk and enjoy. Whole milk, whole nutrition. The PIAA thanks the Allied Milk Producers of Pennsylvania for supplying our athletes with delicious chocolate milk for their bus rides home after today's championships.
Believe it or not, at Edgar Snyder and Associates, their competition isn't other law firms. It's the insurance companies. If you've been hurt in an accident, watch out. Insurance companies will short sell you. They will deny your claim. They will do anything they can to avoid paying you. With over 40 years of experience, Edgar Snyder and Associates has seen every trick in the book. They'll fight the insurance company every day to get you the money you deserve. They're available 24/7, so contact them now at 1-800-94-EDGAR. And remember, there's never a fee unless they get money for you.
Today's game is streaming live on the NFHS Network. With the NFHS Network, you can watch live and on-demand high school sports on any device, wherever you are. You can relive all the incredible moments from today's matchup on demand at nfhsnetwork.com or with the NFHS Network app for Apple and Android.
The halftime show here. There we go. Halftime show continuing from Chapman Field here on the campus of Cumberland Valley. 21-0 the lead for Roman Catholic here in the Class 5A Championship over Bishop McDevitt. Earlier today, Southern Columbia 43, Farrell 22, the 15th championship for Southern Columbia in program history. That is a state record on the year. Nearly a record in terms of the defense, as the Tigers hold Farrell to negative 34 rushing yards in that game, and they rushed themselves for 351 on the ground. A four-headed monster, really. Grady Garcia, 110 yards and 3 touchdowns. Joey Williams, 91 yards and a touchdown. Braden Andrews, 88 yards and 2 scores as well. And the quarterback, Aiden Hockenbach, also ran for 65 yards in that championship. Again, the 15th in program history. Yesterday, Clairton 35, Bishop Guilfoyle 3, Southern Lehigh 43, Twin Valley 21. And if you're a fan, those are all championship game scorigamis. Those scores have never occurred in the PIAA championship game. In fact, those 3 scores have only showed up once ever in any state playoff football game. That was the 35-3 score happened back in 2009, a first-round game. The Selinsgrove defeated Greater Johnstown 35-3 back in the first round of 2009. So if you're a fan of scorigami, you got some scores that have not been seen very often so far throughout the history of the Pennsylvania State Football Championships. Have a feeling, unless something crazy happens, we're not going to see scorigamis here. 21-0, a relatively common score there. The halftime lead for Roman Catholic over McDevitt. And don't forget, tomorrow, 2 more games on the docket, the 3A and 6A championship, more rematches. Avonworth looking for redemption themselves against Northwestern Lehigh. That's a 1 o'clock kickoff here on the PIAA radio network. And then at 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, the 6A bookend game as LaSalle College takes on Central Catholic. About 2 minutes away from getting things back going. Team's just now getting back on the field, so probably about 5 minutes, honestly, from these kickoff for the second half. So we're going to take one last break. We'll bring Eric Thomas and Cade Brabula back in. When we return, 21-0, your halftime score in the 5A championship game. Roman Catholic leading here on the PIAA radio network.
What is life-changing medicine? Is it returning to the playing field or your favorite hiking path after an injury? Or running with your grandkids after a joint replacement? At UPMC, life-changing medicine is all those things. Through innovative research, rehabilitation, and advanced surgical procedures, our experts get you back to what you love doing. UPMC, changing healthcare, changing lives. Life-changing medicine.
If you think you can make the calls, become a PIAA official. Make some extra cash, stay in shape, and enjoy interscholastic sports, all while making a difference in your community. Head to PIAA.org for more information.
You're listening to the PIAA Football Championships on the PIAA Radio Network.
Back here at Chapman Field, Eric Thomas and Cade Brabula with you as halftime winds down. Roman Catholic is back out on the field. We're waiting Bishop McDevitt to come back out. Crusaders trail 21-0 here in this 5A title game. Good first half for Samaj Beals. Completed 71% of his passes, 2 touchdowns, and a $147 in the air. Sebastian Williams just not been able to get going here, but again, the drop by Gage Ruth early in the game. Had a pass picked off in the end zone. We talked about it in our run-up to the halftime show about McDevitt leaving some chances out there. I still like what they've done running the football, though. Nazir Jones-Davis has had a productive game, 5.4 a carry, and he's got 8 carries for 43 yards. Has not lost a yard against this defense, which is saying something. What do you do if you're McDevitt here? How can you get back in this game? I mean, optimum is to get a stop right away, but what can this team do to get back in this game, or at least try to make this interesting?
Yeah, I think it's fair to say, all things even, Roman Catholic is probably the more talented team, but McDevitt has not helped themselves. They've shot themselves in the foot, and I think on another night, this is a close game at halftime. Not tonight. It's 21-0 Roman Catholic with the lead, and now McDevitt has to play a style of football that maybe they're not used to playing. Obviously, on a win streak, they lost their first 2 games and have won the rest since. Not used to playing from behind. They played a tight one last week, but what team that makes it to the state championship is used to being down 21-0? I don't think any of the teams that we're going to see here this weekend are used to being down 21-0 coming out of halftime. But you were talking about Sebastian Williams. They're going to have to lean on him. The run game was working. I think it'll be there, but it can't be what they can lean on if they want to get a shot to come back in this game. Just for the sole purpose of the clock. Roman is playing fast. They're not a team that can really chew the clock and play slow. That from what I've seen, but McDevitt's going to have to play fast and get it done through the air, which they've had their opportunities, just haven't capitalized.
So one of the storylines with this Roman Catholic team this season, and it has certainly come to the forefront here in the PIAA tournament, their defensive coordinator, Dave Stedman, was brought in from Texas. He actually has some Division I coaching experience at Lamar, was hired as a disciplinarian at the school in the offseason, and then Rick Preet brings him in as a defensive coordinator. This defense is playing 100 times better than what they did a year ago against this same McDevitt team on this same field. They were gashed in that game on the ground. McDevitt's running the ball well here tonight again, but the effectiveness of that run is not as significant as it was a year ago, primarily because the quarterback's different this year for McDevitt. The passing game hasn't gotten on track. But this Roman defense is playing at a different level right now. I mean, people are going to look at Beals and the offense and talk about how flashy they are and the points and the big plays and all that. This defense is really good for this Roman Catholic team, though. That's a byproduct of Dave Stedman being here as a defensive coordinator now.
Yeah, and you can tell that Coach Stedman came and has a background coaching at the Division I level. There's a couple things that you need to be able to do if you're going to play good defense in high school. One is tackle. You have to be able to tackle well. He has these guys tackling. The other is play man coverage. Outside of that, it comes down to coaching. Where do you align your players? What kind of fronts are you showing? What kind of coverages are you electing to play? And they've been giving McDevitt a ton of looks. That's one of my favorite things to do when I'm watching these games is see the look that the defense is giving, and they're all over the place. They'll go odd front. They'll go even. They'll have 2 backers in the box. They'll bring 3 safeties in. They're running a real college defense. They're bringing in different personnel depending on the situation. They're sending blitzes, but they can also get there with just their front 4 and play defense behind it. So I've been impressed overall with this defense. Give credit to them. McDevitt has a powerful offense, and they have been stifled tonight.
Yeah, it's really been a big difference in this game, and that's one of the concerns that Jeff Wechter had as we get set to kick it off was the amount that this Roman team will throw at them as Grella runs up and boots it away from left to right. It's going to be a 1-hop, go into the end zone, a 2-hop into the end zone, and that'll be the automatic touchback, and Roman will take over 1st and 10 for the Cahillites, who have controlled this game. And again, the offensive line, Waddell, Ramos, McNear, Cochran, and Gomez from left to right. Those guys have been good, and that's another new position coach for this team as well, Mike Mulhern, who came over from Father Judge, and Rick Preet talking earlier this week about finding guys that can align with what you want to do with your program and how you want to coach your kids, and he found the right guy for his offensive line, and that unit has played very well tonight as well. 1st and 10 for Roman Catholic from the 20. Beals takes the snap, hands it off. Montgomery running right between the tackles, and he is swallowed up as he gets to the 21-yard line. Roman's going to go back to the tempo here. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Chris Thompson had to stop that time for McDevitt. Quick snap. Beals throws near side. It's Roberts, and he dropped it. And right away, it's going to be 3rd down and 9 for this Roman team with 11:38 to go in the quarter.
And they're comfortable here in 3rd and long. At least they are tonight. I'm not exactly sure what the stats are, but they've shown a couple times tonight that they have the play calls in line. They have the players in line to convert on these 3rd and longs.
5 of 8 on 3rd down tonight. Shotgun snap off the far hash for Beals. Little slip screen to Steed. Uh-oh, he's got space. Steed, he trucked the defender, and he got across the 35. And it's taken down right near the 39-yard line. Big 1st down conversion once again for this Roman offense as we have an injured McDevitt player on the field.
Ian Steed is probably the most impressive player out here tonight. He's my MVP so far. He's made some huge catches. That's at least his third down conversion, and he's doing it after the catch. I'm very impressed with Ian Steed tonight.
Well, so if it couldn't get any worse for Bishop McDevitt, their best cover guy, Tyler Reinhardt, is the one who appears to be shaken up. Leads the team with 5 interceptions this season. Almost had one in the end zone to close the first half. That touchdown, or that reception went for 18 yards. So while they tend to Reinhardt, let's step aside for a timeout with 11:31 to go in the 3rd quarter. Roman Catholic up 21-0. Cahillites have a 1st and 10 when we come back to Chapman Field on the PIAA Radio Network.
The PIAA would like to thank Preferred Headwear and Head Brand supplier Outdoor Cap and Junk Brands for their continued sponsorship of PIAA athletics. Their products are built to perform with style from the sidelines to the stands. Visit junkbrands.com to learn more.
You're listening to the PIAA Football Championships on the PIAA Radio Network.
Reinhardt was okay, was able to get off the field under his own power. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by UPMC, life-changing medicine. 1st and 10 for Roman Catholic from the 39. Beals out of the shotgun will hand it off to Montgomery, and the McDevitt defense is right there. Teron Dennis in the backfield first, and it's going to create a 2nd and long for the Cahillites.
Yeah, I've been noticing Teron Dennis tonight. He's got some twitch to him. He's a sure tackle. And McDevitt has kind of stifled the run from Roman. The story is they fail on 3rd down.
Beals takes off. Beals cutting back, gets to the 40, and is dropped over the 40 at the 41-yard line. It'll be a 5-yard pickup. It's still going to be 3rd down and about 8 with 10:50 to go in the 3rd.
Now this front from McDevitt has held their own. Another 3rd and long for Roman Catholic. It seems like an obvious pickup for them. I mean, all night, whether it's a screen, whether it's a scramble, or a pass downfield on an outcut, they've been successful on 3rd down tonight. Let's see if they can do it again.
Motion away from us on 3rd down. 3 receivers to the left, or to the right rather. Beals looks that way. It's again a little look-in slant, and it's Steed who's going to be taken down near the 45-yard line. He is going to be short of the 1st down. It's going to bring up a 4th down and about 5 for Roman Catholic, as Maurice Barnes makes the stop, and it looks like the Cahillites will, yes they will, punt it away.
They ran nearly the same play they ran on the last 3rd down. It's a little tunnel screen to their guy Steed, and he's creative, he's crafty, but McDevitt had 3 guys there waiting for him. That's what it takes to bring Steed down tonight behind the markers, and it brings up 4th and 5 and our 3rd punt tonight for Roman Catholic, and a big stop for McDevitt. Feels like they're still in this game.
Yeah, it sure does, as Ish Palmer goes back to receive the punt, standing at his 32. Kick will come from right to left. Took a while for that to develop, and Palmer runs underneath of it. Tried to speed away from Gaskins, but he's taken down at the 40-yard line. That's where McDevitt will start 1st and 10 with just over 9.5 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter. Still trailing 21-0, but they're going to get a chance here in the 3rd quarter. They needed a stop. They got that. Now they need to find the offense here.
Ish Palmer did that same thing last week against Peters Township, where it seems like an obvious situation where you would fair catch. You're almost surrounded by the defense, but you don't throw your hand up. You catch it and start running, and everyone's left in the dust. But there, Roman Catholic just caught him by the shoestring, and McDevitt starts on their own 40.
Williams off the near hash, rather, out of the shotgun, hands off Jones Davis, and he's going to work his way to the 44 for a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up second down and 6 as we hit 9:20 to go in the third.
I would like to see McDevitt take a page out of Roman Catholic's book and play a little bit faster. Sebastian Williams not running to the sideline for every play from Wechter. Seems like they have some sort of signal system in place now.
Shotgun for Williams off the near hash. Hands it off. Barnes running through traffic left side. And Barnes is going to get to the 49. So again, a gain of 5. It's going to leave third down and 1 for Bishop McDevitt here as the clock winds under 9 minutes to go in this third quarter.
I like this approach by McDevitt. I've liked it all game. They've just haven't been able to convert on these third and short, fourth and shorts, or they've turned the ball over before they've been able to turn it into points. But they're running the ball well tonight on 1st and 10, second down.
They really are running the ball well. It's a high snap. Jones Davis gets the handoff, and he's going to have the first down into Roman Catholic territory to the Cahillites' 48-yard line. 3-yard gain that time. And the man they call Swoop still has not lost a yard tonight. 10 carries, 50 yards for Jones Davis as they'll take Maurice Barnes out.
Now, Jones Davis and LaRue Jr. are a good 1-2 punch. Jones Davis, the senior, obviously has a little more weight on. I'm sure LaRue Jr. will see that and probably try to do the same thing. He's a little bit quicker, I'd say, LaRue Jr. is, but Jones Davis he's got some thick legs and he's tough to bring down.
Jeff Wechter's brother Deuce, the running backs coach at McDevitt, as Williams goes back to pass. Sebastian looking, going to air it out off his back foot, and a contested catch. Wow, they're going to call pass interference on that play. He was trying to feed it to Jonte Quick, and Sabir Dawson jostling with Quick down the field. They're going to get Dawson for pass interference with 7:46 to go in the quarter.
Yeah, good coverage by Roman Catholic. Sebastian Williams rolls out right, gives Quick a chance, and I don't like that call. It seems like both guys were going for the ball. A little bit of contact at like the hip area, not necessarily around the hands or the arms or anything like that. But either way, it's not up for interpretation. When the flag gets thrown out, that's it, and it's a 15-yard pickup and automatic first down for McDevitt.
McDevitt will go hurry up now as Williams will stand in the shotgun off the near hash. Got the fullback in there in front of LaRue. And LaRue sweeping to the near side. The boundary side is going to be dragged out of bounds as he gets to the sideline that time. That was Jaden Thompson who had the stop, and that's going to bring up second down. And a good run on first down, though. Got 3 rather, so it'd be second down and 7.
And it helps when you get out of bounds, especially in high school. I know at the other levels, at the next level, the clock continues to run when they set the ball. But in high school, if you get out of bounds, the clock actually stops, which I'm not sure LaRue was trying it, but a smart play either way.
Shotgun for Williams near hash. Takes the snap, hands it off. LaRue through traffic to the 25. LaRue it's been interesting for him this season. He's had a really good year. He's actually gotten better as the season's gone on, but sometimes they get him involved early and then he has a big game, and then other times you don't hear much from him in games. He didn't really factor at all into that game against Peters Township a week ago. Actually finished with negative yards rushing in that game. But tonight he has served its purpose. That's his 5th carry for 20 yards here. It's going to be 3rd and 2.
I'd love to be the guy in charge on the McDevitt sideline, sending in LaRue or
Deuce Wechter.
Yeah.
Jeff Wechter's brother.
Maurice Jones Jr. or whoever.
Oh, man. Jones Davis got the handoff, and he slipped right at the 25-yard line at the original line of scrimmage. This is going to bring up 4th and 2. And we got another shaken up McDevitt player on the turf. And what do you do now if you're Jeff Wechter and McDevitt? You got to go for it. You're down 21.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they've shown the ability to pick up these kind of chunks. 3rd and 5. They're not a team that I would say go for it if it's 4th and 15. They haven't really shown that, but 4th and 3 is very manageable. 3 points really doesn't do much for you. It's still a 3-position game, so I'd like to see them go for this here.
Trying to check the number of the injured player for McDevitt. It might be Andre Mena, who is the one of the offensive linemen. And that is exactly who it is. So he is shaken up on the play. Yeah, Jeff Wechter, his brother Deuce, the running backs coach, Weck actually has 6 former players under him on the staff here at McDevitt. Of course, if you pay attention to high school football in the state of PA, you know McDevitt's got 6 NFL players under Wechter. He's also the 22nd coach in Pennsylvania history to win 300 games, just the 2nd mid-pen coach. And the only other one to do it is the man who the building to our right is named after, the great, legendary, late Hall of Famer Tim Remphill. One of the best men I have personally ever known in my life. Taught me so much about the game of football. 4th and 3. Shotgun for Williams off the near hash. Looks to his left, slings it that way. Catch is made for the first down. So they convert, and that is Gage Ruth who got underneath that one at the right time to move the sticks.
An outstanding catch by Gabe Ruth. Williams knew where he was going with that from the time he caught the snap, waited for it. He ran a little curl route and a gain of 10, a diving catch. Nice low throw by Sebastian Williams, makes it easy, keeps it away from the defender, and a huge pickup keeps this drive alive.
Ruth, remember, dropped that pass in the first half. Comes up with a big one there. 1st and 10 for McDevitt from the 17. Trailing by 21 off the far hash. Williams in the shotgun. 2 in the backfield, 2 to his right. He is going to hand it off. LaRue running left side, trying to bounce it out to the outside, and he's taken down. That ball popped loose, but I believe they're going to say that forward progress stopped.
Number 3, Jerome LaRue, the ball carrier.
That looked like a wrestling match for the ball with Gaskins trying to make the stop, but then he got his hands on it, and they blew the whistle, and LaRue's forward progress stops, and it's going to be 2nd down.
It's a generous spot for that forward progress.
It really is. You are not kidding, as they're going to end up losing nothing on the play.
Wow.
I mean, LaRue was 5-6 yards behind the sticks there, but the forward progress stops, so it's 2nd and 10 from the 17. Off the far hash, Williams, 3 to the near side, snap, Sebastian looks. Got to get rid of it. Pressure, Sebastian looks to the sideline, and he got to the 15. And he is generously taken out of bounds on the near sideline. Chased there by Julian Enoch, another one of those talented linebackers from Roman Catholic. They're going to spot it back at the line of scrimmage. They're going to say no gain that time and spot it right back at the original line, so it's 3rd and 10.
And I'm really enamored by this old-fashioned system McDevitt has here where their quarterback goes and talks to the head coach after every play. Sebastian Williams, for those listening, ran from the far hash to out of bounds, the other side of the field. Now he had to run all the way back to the other sideline, get the play from his coach, and run back to the huddle. I'd like to have like a GPS on him tonight, see how many miles he's run. I'm not a fan, but
he's got his steps in, right?
Yeah.
Williams back to pass on 3rd down, slings it left side, got a man out there to the corner, inside corner of the end zone, and it's incomplete. And that's going to bring up 4th down with 4:57 to go. Is that a youth thing with going to the sideline? Is that just, a first-year thing? Is that something that they go away from? How does that work for a younger quarterback?
To me, that's just a system thing. I think it's a little old-fashioned from Coach Wechter. Maybe he likes being able to talk to him, tell him why he's calling the play. I wouldn't call that a youth thing. The guy's a junior. He got to watch Stone Saunders, and you think I always say at this point in the year, game 13, 14, 15, however many they played, you're not whatever, the classification you read on the roster. He's a senior now. Like, he's played plenty of football. He doesn't need that. He's definitely burning his calories tonight. He's going to be hungry after this game. He's gotten his steps in.
Back to pass on 4th down. Williams steps up. Might as well run it. Now he's going to sling it. Got a man, and it's incomplete. Tried to feed that up the sideline or up the hash to Jones Davis, and it falls incomplete near the 5-yard line, and Roman Catholic will take over with 4:50 to go.
Yeah, great coverage there on 4th and long by Roman Catholic.
All right, so with 4:50 to go in the 3rd quarter, we are going to step aside for a timeout. Roman Catholic takes back over with 4:50 to go. They're up 21-0. You're listening to the PIAA Radio Network.
What is life-changing medicine? The discovery of cancer at the earliest possible stage, challenging limits and transforming the impossible into reality, or connecting people to doctors and specialists when they need it most. At UPMC, We believe life-changing medicine is all those things. Our goal is to change the world of medicine and the lives of those around us. UPMC, changing healthcare, changing lives. Life-changing medicine.
Thank you for over 40 years of trust. During those years, we've helped thousands of people just like you, our neighbors. We're here for you. We're here for our community. We're here for our region. The people that we worry about the most are the people who never hire an attorney. That's what the insurance company wants. When you do call us, you'll know that you have the firm with over 40 years of experience. And remember, there's never a fee unless we get money for you.
You're listening to the PIAA Football Championships on the PIAA Radio Network.
Max Preps is your source for Pennsylvania high school sports. Schedule, stats, scores, rosters, rankings, videos, and photos. Max Preps gives you access to every team, every game, every player across the state. 1st and 10 for Roman Catholic. Got a flag down after the run as Samaj Beals feeds it to Ash Roberts.
That's likely going to be an illegal man downfield. That's the problem when you try to run RPOs at the high school level. That barrier that the gray area that those linemen have to go downfield is a lot shorter. I believe it's 2 yards as opposed to the 5 that you see at the next levels. And an easy call for the officials there as Roman Catholic runs their first RPO of the night that Beals pulls and throws, but results in a 5-yard loss on the penalty.
McDevitt defensive line, the ends Dennis and Brown. The tackles are Thompson and Logan. As Beals goes back to pass, he's going to dump this off. Montgomery got lit up on the play. Patrick Wright flying in there to make the stop. He read that like a book, and that is going to be a big loss for Roman Catholic with 4:20 to go in the third.
The last 3 possessions for Roman Catholic on offense have been very underwhelming. They had the one right before the end of the half where they went backwards, the one right after halftime where they punted after a 3-and-out, and now on 2 plays they've had a 5-yard penalty and a loss of 5, and they're on their own 7-yard line. 2nd down and 19 for the Cahillites. 4 minutes to go in the third. They still have that 3-touchdown lead as Beal's going to take it. Quarterback run. He is to the outside and taken down on the near side. That time an excellent job in space by Zach Brown, the senior defensive end. It's going to be 3rd down. That's great execution there by Zach Brown for the McDevitt defense. Roman comes out in 5 wide empty, and McDevitt runs a zone coverage and recognizes the draw, leaves his zone, closes the gap, and makes a nice tackle, brings up a 3rd and 17 for Roman Catholic.
3rd and 18 officially as Montgomery motions out of the backfield to the far side. Beals off the near hash, out of the shotgun, slings it near side. Catches made by Steed, shook the defender, got down the sideline, 35, 40, 45 midfield, and pushed out of bounds on the near side, but a big gain up towards midfield. Tyler Reinhart ran him out of bounds. With 3:11 to go, they're going to mark him at the 50, and they convert once again on 3rd down. 60% tonight on 3rd down for Roman Catholic.
Yeah, and it's all because of Steed for the most part. He's been their guy on 3rd down.
That's his 7th catch for 91 yards. High snap to Beals. Slings it again. Catch is made at the 40 this time. And that is Steed once again.
I saw Steed is going to play DB at the next level, apparently, but man, he is a hell of a receiver.
Yeah, he's got some serious hands. 41 yards on the previous catch, 51 on his last 2. They motion Montgomery out of the backfield again on 1st and 10. Beal's going to look that way, throws, little modified wheel route. That might have hit the turf first. It did. We did have a flag that flew in from that side judge. Side judge is Sean Clunan, as he's going to talk to Joseph Kulik, the head referee. Did he turn up field before the snap? What was the call here? He was just kind of waiting out there for the pass. They're talking to Jeff Wechter on the side right now. Sean Clunan is. And we'll get the call here from Joseph Kulik.
Ineligible receiver number 0 illegally downfield against the offense. That penalty has been declined.
So Ash Roberts is whistled for illegally being downfield. James Dotson, who is a rules aficionado,
Let's not get too carried away here. Only thing I can figure, he was the slot receiver. I wonder if he lined up on the line of scrimmage and then another receiver further outside covered him up. That's the only way I can figure.
So we're going to line up again here, 2 each way. Shotgun snap for Beals, hands it off Montgomery, banging between the tackles. Slipped through one arm tackle, and he's down inside the 35 to the 31. 9-yard gain, going to bring up third down, and about 1.
Second down.
They go quick. Beals throws near side. Catch is made by Neely. Slipped another defender. And then he tried to stiff arm one on the sideline. He's driven out of bounds on the sideline, but he should have enough and will for the Roman Catholic first down. 2:21 to go in the quarter.
I know it's the last game of the year, and McDevitt probably won't meet as a team to watch this film, but when they watch it back, they're going to realize they've had a lot of opportunities on third down to get off the field. If they just make the tackle, they're just missing tackles.
Hand off to Montgomery again. Found some space through the middle, and he's going to be tackled right on the near hash inside the 20, right down to the 17-yard line. Gain of 9 that time. 2nd and 1. Maurice Barnes to stop. They go tempo once again, trying to throw the knockout punch. Montgomery, nope, Beals keeps, spun out of 1 and then slipped as he got his way down to the 12-yard line.
The best way to stay healthy as a quarterback at any level, high school, college, NFL, is to be elusive. You see it nowadays. Avoiding hits, that was a great move by Beals to not only pick up some extra yards, but to stay safe.
Motion by Neely. Beals the snap. Gets out of the pocket up the middle. Beals to the goal line, dives, and he's down at the 1. 11 yards for Samaj Beals. It's going to be 1st and goal. Roman Catholic with 90 seconds to go in the third. Cahillites are going to line up, and they're going to slam the door in this state title game here if they get another touchdown. Beals out of the shotgun. Going to hand it off. Nope, quick throw. Caught. Touchdown, Roman Catholic. Guess who? Ian Steed again. 27-0 Roman Catholic. Steed's 8th catch of the night.
It's only right that Steed gets rewarded with a touchdown to end this drive. He had 2 big catches for 51 yards that brought them the whole way down the field. He has been so impressive tonight. The Temple commit, as of Wednesday this week, excited for what I'm going to keep my eye on him when he goes to Temple. He is a hell of a player.
Yeah, he has been phenomenal tonight. It's actually his 9th catch for 102 yards here in this game as Pollock is going to add the point after try. It is up, and it is good. So Roman Catholic caps that drive. They get the big 41-yard pass to Steed, another pass to Steed, and then they cap it with a Steed touchdown. And they control this thing 28-0 in the PIAA Class 5A championship game. You're listening to the PIAA Radio Network.
Cornerstone Business Graphics is proud to be a preferred vendor of the PIAA and offer custom wearables, promotional items, signage, banners, and so much more. Cornerstone is also home to MarketLogo.com, your source for online school store needs. School stores are a great way to raise funds and promote school spirit. Cornerstone is your one stop for all your school's promotional gear. Check us out at cbizgraphics.com. It's Cornerstone Business Graphics.
Back here at Chapman Field, Eric Thomas, Cade Prabula, our producer tonight, James Dotson. 28-0, Roman Catholic in front of McDevitt. Ian Steed, the touchdown reception from Samaj Beals, his 3rd touchdown pass, or 3rd touchdown accounted for tonight for Roman, and they are all in control by 28. Ish Palmer the return that time. And he's up to the 45-yard line.
Number 48.
So let's see if McDevitt can do anything here in this game. Again, they run the ball well. Williams is 7 of 16 with 2 picks tonight for 67 yards.
Still a lot to play for McDevitt. The eyes around the state are watching this game. Playing, a lot of these guys, they're seniors. It's their last time with this team, but
hand off Jones-Davis through the middle across the 50 into Roman Catholic territory to the 47-yard line. Yeah, this became an issue in last night's 4A title game, too. It got away from Twin Valley, and we were saying about how if you're a young team, you know, you still have a lot you can put on tape here and start working towards next year. You know, Williams is predominantly just a quarterback. Not sure if they'll ever use him in any other way. We got a shaken up McDevitt player on the turf over on the far side. He'll get another year to grow, but you can still put some things out there that you can look at and work on going forward.
And this is a young team. Yeah, like you said it. They have three sophomores that stick out to me: LaRue, Holton, and Mena, who will be back, as well as the juniors on the team: Quick, Williams, and Clement. Sorry, Clement's a senior, but they have a lot back. The core of the team, I'd say, for the most part, is back, as opposed to Roman Catholic, where they're losing their best receiver, their quarterback. And regardless, like I said, still a lot to play for. A lot of eyes are watching this game around the state. And you want to put on a good showing just for your brand as a high school and also for your brand for yourself.
Player shaken up is taken off the field here, and that's Jones Davis, I believe, who was shaken up. So they get him off. Clock will start to wind here as Williams will stand in the shotgun on 2nd down and 3 after that 7-yard gain on 1st down. Snap, and it goes to Barnes. They bobble the snap. It's up in the air, and it is pulled out of the air by Roman Catholic. Another McDevitt turnover here tonight. It has just come unraveled for the defending state champs.
Yeah, McDevitt's had trouble with the snap all night. I haven't mentioned it. The snaps have been weak. They've been late, slow, and that one, they're trying to get to that exchange with the handoff between Williams and his running back, and they just kind of collide, and the ball pops up in the air.
Antoine Smith-Ray was able to get it. And with 36 ticks to go in the 3rd quarter, Roman Catholic is threatening to put the mercy rule into play here.
They love playing offense, don't they? They shot up off that bench. They're all excited. They got the play ready.
Beals out of the shotgun on 1st and 10 from the 47, just outside of midfield. Steed in motion. Beals looks to his left, comes back to the right. Now he's going to throw it, tipped, and on the sideline, that was incomplete. As Steed made a diving effort to try to pull that in, Santonio Holmes style. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
I'll tell you what's impressive when you talk about the coaching and how well coached Roman Catholic has shown to be tonight is the fact that they have guys playing both ways. So it's you can't run, you get less practice time when you have guys playing both ways.
Hand off to Montgomery, running right side, and he's taken down right at the 50, and that should do it for the 3rd quarter. Roman doesn't have to run another play. And they all throw the 4 fingers up on the sideline, and Beals is like, no, I want to get the play in before the quarter's over. But I think they're going to let this one tick off and go to the 4th quarter. They will do just that. So we played 36 minutes, and Roman Catholic is on their way to a PIAA 5A state title as they lead this one 28-0 on the PIAA radio network.
Becoming a champion is an incredible accomplishment, especially at a level as competitive as the PIAA. That's why the Faulkner Automotive Group proudly salutes the student athletes and their families for making it this far. When it's time to upgrade your vehicle, choose any of the 31 Faulkner dealerships in Philadelphia, Lancaster, Bethlehem, Harrisburg, or Mechanicsburg. You'll find award-winning teams doing business the right way and a fast and easy buying experience. Compare low prices on thousands of vehicles and find the one that's perfect for you. Faulkner, to be sure.
Today's game is streaming on the NFHS Network. With the NFHS Network, you can watch live and on-demand high school sports on any device, wherever you are. Text your friends and family who aren't at the game and invite them to watch live now at nfhsnetwork.com or with the NFHS Network app for Apple and Android.
Back here at Chapman Field, start of the 4th quarter. Eric Thomas and Cade Perbula with you. Roman Catholic in front of McDevitt, 28-0. While we have a moment, let's take 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves along the PIAA radio network.
You're listening to the PIAA Football Championships on the PIAA radio network.
Roman Roman Catholic has it 3rd down and 7 from midfield, up 28-0, trying to put this thing away for good as Beals goes back to pass, going to throw it near side, catch is made. Neely slipped through the defender, trying to keep the play alive, and does to the 40. Excellent job to get that extra yardage. You're going to mark him down at the 39, a gain of 11 that time. And a first down for Roman as they convert yet another 3rd down. They are 9 of 13 on 3rd down here tonight as we got a little extracurriculars and a flag coming in after the play.
And they are very impressive on 3rd down tonight. A lot of it has been Steed, but give credit where credit's due. Samaj Beals, he knows which guys are going to win. He's been coming to the boundary a lot. A lot of times it's been Steed. This time it was Neely, who's a junior. He'll be back next year. He's got offers by Syracuse, Penn State, and Temple. I mean, who on this Roman Catholic team isn't offered by Temple?
They're trying to keep all that talent in state and in the city limits here. Beals going to Akron, though. You think he's a solid fit there for the MAC?
When you see Beals committed to Akron, you might be a little confused. He's got a lot of big-time offers. When you pull up his 24/7, you pull up his Twitter, you might see some big Power 4 school names. I get maybe why he committed to Akron. Joe Moorhead is the head coach there. He was the longtime OC at Penn State. The quarterback coach, Michael Schuster, played quarterback at Camp Hill, not too far from here.
That's right.
And they were the ones who orchestrated that Trace McSorley Big Ten championship offense for Penn State.
Right up the gut goes Montgomery, and he is taken down at the 10. Touchdown saving tackle by Keelan Smith. We got another shaken up Crusader on the field with 11:38 to go. We got a shaken up Cahillite near the end of the run as well. Yeah, how about Joe Moorhead and Akron? I mean, he arguably was, I'll just go ahead and say it was the best offensive coach or the best assistant coach that James Franklin hired. You can make the case Terry Smith is as well, but that was a fantastic run they had with Joe Moorhead at Penn State. And you mentioned Schuster. Schuster's one of the all-time leading passers in the Mid-Penn. I mean, he was phenomenal as a quarterback at Camp Hill.
Yeah, now, like I said, Schuster's the quarterback coach there. Moorhead was at Penn State for a long time when they had that period of success in the late 2010s. Is that what you say, 2010s? And he left to be the head coach, I believe, at Mississippi State.
Yep.
Wasn't very successul there. Got bounced. I think he went to Oregon. Now he's back. He's been the head coach at Akron for a while now. And I think, I don't talk to Beals about this. I never asked him why, but I think a lot of these guys maybe are being smarter with where they're going to schools now. I think 10 years ago you'd see guys take their best offer and say, I'm going to go add myself to this program, learn under some guys, develop. Nowadays, you don't have the time for that. The head coach you're committing to now might not be there in 2 years. So you want to go somewhere where you can get on the field early. And Akron's got themselves a guy in Beals. He's shifty. He's put some weight on this offseason. He's been impressive tonight.
And off to Sheed as he gets inside the 10. So the penalty took the ball down to the 10-yard line. It's 1st and goal or 1st and 10 from the 10.
A lot of these, you said a lot tonight, players shaking up on the field. I think a lot of these guys are coming out and coming back in. It's a lot of cramping from the extreme cold.
Yeah, it is cold here tonight in Central PA as Beals lofts that to the back corner. A lot of contact back there. We're going to get a late flag. That's going to be PI against McDevitt. That'll be half the distance. A lot of jawing back and forth now between Roman, and some frustration starting to mount here for the Crusaders as they can see that state title slipping away, and it's going to go to inner city Philly here in the next 11 minutes.
Pass interference against the defense, number 1.
That's on a Keelan Smith, the senior.
Yeah, Beals is like, screw it, it's my last game. The coach called an RPO, and I have the option to throw the fade here in the red zone. I'm going to do it. They had a lineman like 7 yards downfield, but they missed that call.
Trying to pad his stats and get that crowning achievement for what's been an incredible career as Beals inside the 5, and he stopped right there near the 4-yard line.
Maybe the other reason he's pulling that and throwing it is McDevitt's run defense has been commendable tonight. Trey Montgomery has flashed at times. He's only a sophomore. He's got the running back for Roman Catholic. He's got offers by Syracuse and Temple, like many of his other teammates. But McDevitt's run defense has been there. They've been able to stop the run with just their front 6, front 7. But through the air, they've been picked apart by Samaj Beals and the rest of this Roman Catholic offense.
It's going to be 3rd down and goal from the 4. Beals will be in the shotgun with Sheed in the backfield with him. He snaps it. Beals, quick throw, tipped, and it is intercepted. They're going to say incomplete, or is it intercepted? They're going to call that an interception. There you go. McDevitt comes up with a takeaway. R.J. Duffy, the linebacker, stepped in front of it on the tip and picked it off. So Beals makes the mistake in the red zone. That's his first interception thrown here tonight. And with 10:08 to go, we will not see a mercy rule just yet.
Yeah, the slant thrown to his most trusty target was just tipped in the air by the DB. A nice play to deflect it away right into the arms of his fellow teammate linebacker, who just picks it off the turf, maybe quite literally. But either way, there's no review, and McDevitt will have the ball on their own 1-yard line. What a gift for them to have the ball on their own 1-yard line.
Yeah, I do think they got it correct on the interception. His hands were under it, but I do think this should have been a touchback. His body was out of the end zone, but the ball was still in the end zone. And all it has to be is a part still touching the end line. So this ball should be on the 20, not inside the 1 like they have it marked.
It's a high snap to Williams. He hands it off. Jones Davis gets up to the 5 and no further. So that's going to be a 2nd down and 5 as we're under 10 to go.
There's nothing worse. Maybe I'm letting out some old steam. There's nothing worse as a quarterback when it's cold out than having to play shortstop on every single snap. These snaps have been over Sebastian Williams' head. It takes a second when he's trying to throw a quick game. It's messing up their exchanges.
That time it's good. They go right back to the ground. I think Jeff Wechter is just going to try to keep doing what works here as Jones Davis. That's his 14th carry tonight. Still averaging just under 5 a carry. He's only lost 1 yard against this defense tonight. That's an impressive feat unto itself. This McDevitt team, so last year they ran 71 plays for 425 yards. 2 years ago when they beat Aliquippa, 50 plays for 277, both over 5 yards a play, as they go back to the ground once again on 3rd and 2, and that'll be enough for a 1st down. When they lost to Aliquippa, they averaged almost 7 yards a play. Tonight here against Roman Catholic, 3.7 per play.
I think a lot of that has to do with the coaching. Roman Catholic has their guys in the right spots. They're tackling very well tonight, much better than McDevitt has tackled. That's kind of the reasoning behind that.
They did pick up the 1st down. It's 1st and 10 from the 12 as we're down to 8.5 to go. Back to the ground. And we got a helmet that comes off. Play's going to be automatically blown dead with the helmet popping off. That's Maurice Barnes who had the carry.
Tackle may have been number 25, Jaden Thompson.
And Maurice Barnes, say the 3rd running back for McDevitt. Boy, does he have a ton of big-name offers. Uncommitted yet. He's a senior. He's got Notre Dame, Michigan, Maryland, Duke, Penn State. Wishing him the best. He's a senior. This is his last game tonight, and they give him a carry. Interested to see where he ends up.
Yeah, this factory is going to continue to churn out Division I players under Jeff Wechter, as Williams will take the snap. They'll hand it off. There's LaRue, who is going to also get a bunch more D1 offers as he's up to the 25.
Jerome LaRue on the carry.
And tackled near the 26-yard line.
And McDevitt showing off every generation of running back here. They have one senior, one junior, one sophomore, all with Division I scholarship offers. And
got another injured player on the field. This McDevitt team, this crew, is, again, a good chunk of players that have come up through the Central Penn Crusaders program. They've revamped all the Catholic school football programs, the grade school football programs. There were separate schools across the region, Seven Sorrows, Holy Name, St. Catherine's, you name it, St. Margaret Mary's. They've all morphed to form the Central Penn Crusaders and become a massive feeder program. And it's interesting, too, because from a feeder program point of view, back in the day here in the Mid-Penn, you didn't really have a whole lot of schools like building the feeder program from the ground up. And the one who laid the blueprint for it was Tim Remphill here at Cumberland Valley. Every player who played at Eagle View or Good Hope, they ran the same playbook. They ran the exact same plays that they were going to run when they got to the varsity level. And he put his own coaches in place to make sure that guys that were going to be on his staff were coaching those players to set them up to be ready to come up to the varsity level, JV or varsity, and play as quickly as they could. And now you're seeing programs like Linglestown Elementary in this area, the CD Colts. They now become the CD Colts, the Central Penn Crusaders, all the Catholic programs feeding into Bishop McDevitt. It's kind of revolutionized the youth football in the region, and Jeff Wechter's going to have another crop of guys that come up, and he's going to need them because this is actually his largest senior class ever at Bishop McDevitt. That is hard to believe that he's had so many teams over the years, but this is going to be the one where he feels the loss the most after tonight.
Yeah, those feeder programs, as you mentioned, are extremely important to me as I view it, more for the trenches, for the offensive linemen, for the defensive linemen. Your athletes are going to be your athletes. Yep. A lot of that is talent-based, genetics-based to me. But I love the feeder programs. I see it in my hometown in York. A lot of them are consolidating and aligning with those of what's going on at the varsity level. You brought up Cumberland Valley having the feeder program for a while. It's pretty easy for them to do that. They only ran like 3 plays back then with the wing tee. But
they're going to actually have to bring the stretcher out for the injured McDevitt player that's on the field. And it's not a good situation as the Crusaders have all taken a knee on the far side. Let's take a timeout while we have a chance. 7:47 to go in this one. 28-0 Roman Catholic as this game has come to a stop here to assist the injured player. You're listening to the PIAA Radio Network.
For over 100 years, Wilson has been an icon on the gridiron, delivering elite performance on more high school football fields than any other brand, as well as being the official football of the NFL and the NCAA. Where there's football, there's Wilson. Learn more at wilson.com. Is college in your future? The Pennsylvania Higher Education Assistance Agency helps PA students and families navigate all things college, such as scholarships, grants, and loans. For more information on ways to plan and pay for college, visit pheaa.org. That's pheaa.org.
Thank you for over 40 years of trust. During those years, we've helped thousands of people just like you, our neighbors. We're here for you. We're here for our community. We're here for our region. The people that we worry about the most are the people who never hire an attorney. That's what the insurance company wants. When you do call us, you'll know that you have the firm with over 40 years of experience. And remember, there's never a fee unless we get money for you.
Attention fans, get your next game day ticket using Hometown. As the official online ticketing partner of the PIAA, Hometown gives you a simple and secure way to search, buy, and scan your ticket right from your phone. Download the Hometown Fan app from your mobile app store today.
Today's game is streaming on the NFHS Network. With the NFHS Network, you can watch live and on-demand high school sports on any device, wherever you are. Text your friends and family who aren't at the game and invite them to watch live now at nfhsnetwork.com or with the NFHS Network app for Apple and Android. You're listening to the PIAA Football Championships on the PIAA Radio Network.
Well, they still have yet to get the injured McDevitt player off the field as they brought the stretcher out. It's right around the 30-yard line over on the McDevitt side of the field. We still have 7:47 to go in this contest, and we are not sure who the injured player is on the field because we cannot see the numbers. But that player has not moved a whole lot, so we just hope everything is okay. Here's going to try to get him up and get him on the stretcher and get him out. It's tough. This team's just in a tough spot here, down 28-0. You know, you're not going to win this game. You're not going to defend your state title. You've been in a title game now for the fourth time since 2021. And just a tough way for this to end here tonight for Bishop McDevitt, as Sebastian Williams trying to get loose on the sideline or stay loose on the sideline. They've got the flat board out now to load the player up and get him off the field. The ambulance is parked over on the far side. They have not brought that out on the field. So let's see what's going on here. And while we do have a moment to remind you, tomorrow we still have 2 more title games to go here on the PIAA Radio Network. At 1 o'clock, it'll be the AAA title game, Avonworth and Northwestern Lehigh, a rematch from last year's overtime thriller won by Northwestern Lehigh. Cade and I will have the call of that one for you tomorrow afternoon. And then tomorrow night, the capper for the high school championship weekend here at Cumberland Valley, the final high school football game for 2025, as the 6A title game will have Central Catholic and LaSalle College.
I can't wait for that one. I'm not doing that one with you guys, but
that's going to be a good game.
Yeah,
for sure.
Gavin Sidwar, Joey O'Brien. Been following Sidwar just because he's a Missouri commit, the 3rd in a row, feels like, if you count Bo. I know he's from the portal, but if you count my brother Bo, it's kind of the 3rd in a row as far as a quarterback commit going to Missouri from Pennsylvania.
Yep, Zeller, and all of a sudden Eli Drinkwitz coming to PA to.
I get it. We got a lot of good quarterbacks here in Pennsylvania. I don't blame you.
Poach some QBs.
Doing something right.
Joey O'Brien, of course, going to Notre Dame as they get the player loaded up on the stretcher to get him off the field here.
Yeah, Joey O'Brien's impressive.
And those 2 will be on display tomorrow night. That's a really good LaSalle team, and that Central Catholic team was defeated by LaSalle in week 0. So very rare that we get a rematch from the regular season. It's actually a matchup that we saw in the regular season between 2 teams.
Yeah, and LaSalle actually lost, right?
No, they beat Central Catholic in that.
They beat
opener.
Central Catholic.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and Central Catholic's kind of turned it around since that point. They, it's not a surprise that they are where they are this season, as they defeated Harrisburg for the 2nd year in a row in the semifinals, and they will come back here for the 2nd time in a row to play for a state title, as the entire McDevitt team is now out on the field. Everybody has left the sideline, and we hope that this is a little less serious than it looks right now, because this game has come to a complete standstill as they've gotten this player loaded up on the stretcher. The Roman Catholic has just kind of been standing around down below. Finally get this situated here for McDevitt. Tough to go through this here late in this game. You're down 28-0. You know, the crown is going to switch hands here. Both teams are going to move up to 6A. Maybe there's an outside shot. We could see this again next year at the 6A level. I think there's going to be teams that have something to say about that, both in the District 3 region, and also St. Joe's Prep seems like they're going to be primed and ready to make a comeback next year in the PCL.
Yeah, it feels like with Roman moving up to 6A, the momentum that they have, and LaSalle picking up, St. Joe's Prep is never going away. It feels like the real, hate to say it, but the real state championship is going to be the semifinal on the eastern side of the state.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of teams that are not going to be able to go further next year because of the increase in teams that is up from 5 to 6, or making that jump up, as they are still trying to get this all coordinated on the field. The injured McDevitt player, by the way, is Jerome LaRue. He had the run for 8 yards on the play, but it is, we understand, Jerome LaRue confirmed that with one of the McDevitt personnel across the way. Just an unfortunate situation. Rick Preet, the Central Catholic head coach, was over there to check on him as well. Rick Preet and Jeff Wechter have a very good relationship. I mean, they will communicate frequently, and they will talk during the offseason, too. They did talk during the offseason leading up to this year, and Rick will reach out from time to time to pick Weck's brain and discuss certain things in coaching. They have a very tight relationship. Good to see those two on the field before the game. A lot of respect between the two of them as they are going to wheel Jerome LaRue off the field, and he's giving the thumbs up as he's being taken off the field. So Jerome LaRue's night is done, and hopefully that is not anything overly serious here for the Crusaders with 7:47 to go. Get back to football here in a moment. McDevitt will have a 1st and 10 from the 27. Preet also still have the players warm up here quickly to get back to the field here. Rick Preet has an interesting story behind him as well, too. And not a lot of people know what has gone on with his family here in the last year or so, and the loss of his daughter, and just a tragic story that was. But back in 2001, he was playing football for Denny Dudds at East Stroudsburg, and told me before the game, he actually told me this story. There's a great piece out there in the Philadelphia Inquirer about Preet and his military service. He was walking back to class on September 11th and had no idea what had transpired in New York City. He turned on the TV, saw it, and said to himself, immediately, East Stroudsburg's in the Pocono region here in the state of Pennsylvania. It's not very far from New York City. It's about an hour and a half away from New York City. And he was playing football, and he had fallen from the Division I ranks. Goes to a great program. Denny was one of the best ever at the Division II level, and gave up football to go join the military, and said that's something he felt like he had to go do something to help his country, and he said it helped him get his life right.
First down and 10, Bishop McDevitt.
Develop a bit of a purpose, and
on their own 27-yard line.
Got into coaching after that. And I mean, that is a heck of a story for one of the best coaches in the state of Pennsylvania to give that all up and go put his life on the line for the country that he's living in. As they go back to the ground, and Jones Davis, good run by Jones Davis up to the 50. Gained that time of 23 for Jones Davis, who going to put him a little closer to 100 yards and another first down for McDevitt here with 7:23 to play.
Yeah, Coach Preet, that story you just mentioned, a reminder why we always stand for the flag and honor the national anthem before every one of these high school games, a great tradition. Thanks you, Coach Preet, for your service.
Hand off Jones Davis again. Another good run as he's inside the 45. And tackled right near the 42-yard line. 8-yard gain that time as we're under 7 to go. It's going to be 2nd down and 2.
Is there Jones Davis on the carry?
Jones Davis should be right at the century mark now, and he is. 17 carries, 100 yards.
Yeah, I know he'll be upset with the loss, but he has played a great game, and I recognize that. Anyone who knows football knows that he's played a good game tonight.
Shotgun snap for Williams. Hands off back to Jones Davis, and he's off the right side for 2 more. So he gets the first down from McDevitt once again as we hit 6:33 to go in the 4th quarter. Antoine Smith-Ray the stop that time.
Crusaders, ball spotted on the Cahillites. 38-yard.
Yeah, there's always a higher purpose. That's the kind of the point of that story. And Rick Preet, nobody knows that better. He has gone through a lot in the last year, and football has given him an escape from some of the things that have gone on with his family, and he is one of the best you can possibly talk to. This is going to be a great night for him in the next 6 minutes here as they lead it by 28. 1st and 10 for McDevitt Williams backpedaling and falls down right near on the logo. It's been that kind of night.
He started leaning back to take his drop, and that snap was just hanging in the air for a little bit.
He's going to push the ball back to the 48-yard line.
Williams loses his footing and just falls on his butt. Not a very flattering play for McDevitt.
It's going to push him back 10, so that's now 2nd and 20. And Williams will stand in the shotgun once again. Barnes to his right, 2 receivers each way. 2nd and 20, it's a high snap again. Williams back to pass under duress, and he gets rid of it as he hits the turf, and the pressure once again applied that time. Julian Enoch, one of the guys in the backfield there for Roman Catholic with 5:18 to go to be 3rd and 20.
Yeah, again, that's just good scheme by Roman Catholic, their defense coordinator, not letting up. They sent a linebacker unblocked because of the scheme. They kind of overload the right side line of scrimmage, and was able to put a hit on Williams. Didn't really have anyone open, it seemed like, anyway. Wasn't very decisive with where he wanted to go, likely due to good coverage on the back end, but an athletic play by the linebacker for Roman Catholic.
3rd down and 20 for McDevitt. 2 receivers each way. Shotgun snap to Williams. Back to pass. Sebastian Looks going to air it out deep, showing off the arm, and the catch is made on the far side for the touchdown. 48 yards to Gage Ruth, and McDevitt with 5:09 to go is finally on the board.
Yeah, if it stands, that's a good throw, good catch. Seems like the defensive back kind of gave up there. Either way, 3rd and long for McDevitt. They call 4 verticals out of a 2x2, and Williams lets it rip down the sideline, but it seems like it's going to be coming back. The DB knew it. He gave up on the play.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I was a little confused by that. I thought maybe he had an argument to make.
Let's get the call.
During the pass, inadvertent face mask, number 18 on the offense. 5-yard penalty for the previous spot. Repeat 3rd down.
So Ruth is guilty of the face mask to push them back.
Yeah, I saw it. The ball was in the air, and the receiver just got his hand caught on the DB's face mask, kind of made him lose his vision. The DB stopped running. He fell underneath of that and walked into the end zone. It was an awkward-looking play. Makes sense why the flag was thrown, and now it brings up a 3rd and even longer. Not many plays here you can call. I wouldn't be surprised if they just call the same play again. Give one of these guys a shot.
5:09 to go. Shotgun for Williams. Back to pass. Sebastian Looks. Going to take off. Williams keeping it alive. Going to sling it over the middle. Rocked at the 35 was Tyler Reinhart, who had the ball right on the number. And he was absolutely drilled to drop that one and bring up 4th down.
That one was on a tee for Williams. Sebastian rolls out left, fires back across the middle, and the safety had all the leverage in the world and just came and hit him right in the midsection. That's got to hurt. Textbook hit to knock the ball loose.
And McDevitt will go for it here on 4th down, 4th and 25 from the 47.
When you see a play like that, you go, all right, if I watch this kid's huddle highlights, it's going to be like the first or the second one. Because Sabir Dawson, just the sophomore DB for Roman Catholic, just went right through the midsection. That ball went popping up in the air.
Bishop McDevitt's going to call a timeout here with 4:58 to go, facing 4th and 25. We'll take one as well. This is the PIAA Radio Network.
Baron Rings are the official championship ring of the PIAA. For more information or to order your custom championship rings, please go to baronrings.com. That website, once again, is baronrings.com to order your custom championship rings today.
Are you having trouble saving to buy a home? The Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency offers down payment and closing cost assistance. Learn more at phfa.org or just Google PHFA and find out how you can buy a new home.
Back here at Chapman Field, Eric Thomas and Kate Perbula with you. It's 4:58 to go in this contest, 4th and 25 for McDevitt. And Williams will go back to pass. Going to air it out, far side, underneath of it, and back towards the original line of scrimmage and way short of the line to gain for McDevitt. That was complete to Quick, but it's not going to be enough for a first down. Roman Catholic will take over on downs with 4:52 to go, up 28-0.
Just a little stat pad for the two juniors. Trying to find their way into the record books. They're on 4th and 25, throwing it underneath the sticks.
Yeah, Quick will have everybody knocking on his door. Hopefully for him, he can stay healthy next season. He has had some problems with injury. 24 All-State player, 7 Division I offers, notably Pitt and Syracuse. Pat Narduzzi's going to have to recruit against one of his own, and Matt Campbell. Now Matt Campbell accepting the job at Penn State tonight. So there's a little bit of breaking news for you. It's official at Penn State finally after 54 days. Feels like it's been about 54 years as a head coach. 4:34 to go on that 2-yard run on first down. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And we were talking about it off the air. It's interesting that they hire Matt Campbell now. It seems like he's a guy that they could have targeted a long time ago if he was really on the radar. And maybe had him in place before the signing day.
Yeah.
Where Penn State signed 2 guys. Yeah. But either way, I think it's a good hire, and I wish him the best.
You've got 2 Penn State grads in the booth with you tonight. I know you're, at least were, closely tied to what was going on there.
I think if you grow up in central Pennsylvania, you always keep your eye on it at the least.
Were you recruited by them coming out of Central York at all?
I wish. No, I was not.
Yeah, I remember.
Maybe they accidentally sent me some mail. They got the wrong initial or something like that. But if a generic email counts as recruited, then yes. But in all reality, no.
You went to a fine institution in your own right. That was a good pick by you. As Roman's got 3rd down and 6. And the handoff, they go back to Montgomery, and he is stood up right near the 39, right near the line of scrimmage. Now, I remember you were telling me before the game tonight, you were talking to Cumberland Valley head coach Josh Oswald, as he was your coach at Central York before he made the move up here. And I remember finally a playoff game you played in against Central Dauphin. You weren't 100% in that game. And I remember talking to Josh after that, and he had told me, he was like, man, I love my quarterback, but wait till you see his younger brother. And I thought, oh, boy.
Yeah, he's always excited about the next big thing, right? No, I'm just kidding. He had plenty of reason to be excited for Bo, and he was right, because they went back to Central Dauphin.
Yeah, that's right.
And beat them as the start to their historic playoff run, where they went and won their first district championship, and then made it here to the state championship, where they eventually lost to St. Joe's Prep, the team that had Kyle McCord, Marvin Harrison Jr., Josiah, and Jeremiah Trotter. That team is pretty good.
Yeah, they were not bad. That was a COVID year. Or St. Joe's Prep, think about how different that might have been, because St. Joe's Prep almost, as we got another shaken-up player on the field, almost did not have a season. And they had to scramble to put it together late. That's R.J. Duffy, who gets up and is able to run off the field on his own power. But, man, your brother –
he'd be wearing a gold medal. He'd be wearing a gold medal if they didn't have a season that year.
Yeah, he would be. He 100% would be. He absolutely lit up the Rams that night to the tune of 450 yards of offense. He was something else. Both of you were something else. Let's just get that out of the way right now. I'm not favoring one over the other, but both of you guys were something else. But Duffy able to.
Saying that because you know he'd beat you up right now.
No, I don't have that in me.
2:37 to go in this one. Clock's going to continue to wind. Roman's going to punt it away here. They're going to let this clock wind down to 11 seconds. Josh Oswalt, by the way, in his own signing day experience, had an offensive lineman, Tyler Friend, go to Notre Dame. About that is they call a timeout.
Notre Dame's really attacking the state of Pennsylvania, aren't they?
Boy, they are. It is unbelievable what they've been able to come in here and do. They thought they had a shot to get Matt Sigg from Fort Cherry as they were making a late push for him, but he opted to go to West Virginia in a surprise move the other day.
I like him a lot. I thought he was going to go to Virginia Tech. I saw him post some pictures online. I don't know what position he's going to play. Do you know?
The word safety. That's
that makes sense.
We did his game a couple weeks ago against Laurel.
I say that as a compliment because I feel like he could play multiple different positions.
Well, what he said in the press conference, though, is that they were going to give him the chance to compete on both sides of the football, and that was part of his reasoning for going to become a Mountaineer.
I would say whatever I could say to get a guy to come to my school, too, like that.
Exactly.
But, yeah, we'll see.
Exactly.
No, I get it. Yeah,
100%.
he plays quarterback for them, correct, Fort Cherry?
Had a bit of an awkward season. Like, he didn't throw the ball much because his shoulder was messed up, so he's predominantly a runner. And they got knocked out of the WPIAL semifinals against Laurel in a memorable game, one of the biggest wins in Laurel history. And
Instead on a punt for the Cahillites.
just saw how much that young man meant to the program there. By the way, he has a younger brother who apparently everybody is saying, look out for this guy.
It's not true.
So just keep that in mind here the next couple years, as that is going to be I don't know if that was a design fake by Steed or not, but he tried to take off and run with it. McDevitt stops him at the 30 with 2:11 to go.
Now here's what happens. It's the state championship. Steed's a senior. He gets sent out there to punt. He goes, I'm going to just try to run this. What's coach going to do? Bench me? There's 2 minutes left, coach. I'm your best player.
Make up for it here defensively. He had 9 catches for a $102 tonight and a touchdown. They, by the way, are still, as we watch over here, they still have not moved Jerome LaRue off the campus yet. That ambulance that he is in is off to the left here, and it's waiting to move. Roman Catholic's going to burn a timeout.
I'd see that as a good sign. Maybe they don't feel the need. Take him in for a hospital visit. You know, obviously give the thumbs up on his way out. Probably a good sign.
Yeah, let's hope so for that young man. So we got 2:11 to go here as Roman Catholic is going to have to work out the final, or McDevitt will have a chance here to work out the final 2:11. We'll take a timeout as well. You're listening to the PIAA Radio Network.
The Hampton Inn and Town Place Suites Harrisburg West and Mechanicsburg are proud to partner with the PIAA to welcome teams and their families from across Pennsylvania. Our award-winning properties provide the region's best lodging opportunities, including double-bedded guest rooms, studios, suites, and 1- and 2-bedroom suite options with all the luxuries of home. Put your team first. Check us out at highhotels.com.
Well, Williams almost got an open man, but Steed also had a chance at a pick there on first down. It's incomplete, so it'll be 2nd and 10 with 2:07 to go. McDevitt just trying to find something here at the end of the game. Roman Catholic is going to be your champs in 5A, so the rematch, and it's a lopsided one, goes the way of the Cahillites tonight, as they will not only win their first ever PIAA state championship in football. Basketball team made the state title game last season against Father Judge.
Oh, they were so good.
Yeah, that was a great run by that Roman Catholic team. As Williams looks, fires, catches made in traffic at the 24.
Sebastian Williams' pass is complete.
That is completed to Jonte Quick.
Yeah, good hands there by Quick. Not a very accurate throw, but he snags it by his hip and turns upfield in one move. That's the stuff that I like to see.
And Roman, by the way, is also going to improve to 7-1 all-time in the PIAA football tournament. So a little history on their side. Their only loss was 365 days ago to this McDevitt team on this field.
Yeah, they avenged that loss. This Roman Catholic team and this program is impressive, and we'll be seeing them back here for years to come, as long as Coach Preet is at the helm.
I was just going to say the same thing. As long as Rick Preet is running the show, they're going to be a contender. As Williams looks to throw, airs it out, end zone, and it is caught for the touchdown.
Wow.
24-yard touchdown catch. And McDevitt this time finally is on the board. It's Gage Ruth who had the touchdown wiped off a moment ago. And with 72 seconds to go in this one, McDevitt gets on the board for the first time.
That was the best throw of the night by Sebastian Williams. He had a seam route that he back shouldered and into triple coverage, but it was very accurate, had some heat on it. Could have used that throw a couple other times tonight when he had guys open, but found it here with a minute left in the fourth. And when you put that clip on Huddle, no one knows when it was in the game. Could have been the first drive, for all you know, on Huddle when these coaches watch. That's why you play to the end.
Aiden Grella to attempt the point after here with 72 seconds to go. And his kick is blocked. It's going to stay 28-6. Roman Catholic's going to get it back, and all they're going to have to do is nuke the final 112, and they're going to be your state champs. It's a highly anticipated rematch, but a lot of players or a lot of people had said they thought Roman was the favorite, and they did not prove them wrong tonight, as they have dominated this game. That's some of the numbers here for Roman. 62 plays, 334 yards. Almost 5.5 per play. It's actually been a pretty well-played game in terms of penalties. There's 16 combined between the two teams, but Roman has 7 for just 40 yards. They only punted 3 times, and they were 9 of 15 on third down tonight.
Just a reminder, fans, in order that our players and coaches are awarded all courtesies.
McDevitt does have 2 timeouts left. Not sure if Jeff Wechter is going to want to use them here late in this game. But if not, Roman will get the ball back and just have to kneel down twice. This thing will be in the books. It has been interesting to watch the shift in the Philadelphia Catholic League, too. I mean, everybody understands the basketball powers that are there. But, you know, last year you had Bonner, Roman, and St. Joe's Prep all make the state championship round. And then in basketball, it was an all-Philly Catholic League final in 6A with Father Judge and Roman. And St. Joe's Prep was a player last year in basketball as well. This kind of renaissance for the football programs outside of St. Joe's Prep has been remarkable. And then the basketball is what it is down there. It's the best in the state. We all know that. Roman team beat Upper St. Clair last year in the PIAA State Basketball Tournament, and that Upper St. Clair team many thought was going to make a run at the state title. Roman also beat Central York last year, too. That was the defending state champs as they go squib kick, and Roman is...
I think they got it.
Yeah, Bishop McDevitt might have come up with this. And they have with 1:09 to go. So the Crusaders.
Grella finding his way.
Yeah.
Make an impact tonight.
Going to have a chance here with 69 seconds to go. Down 28-6. Reminder, tomorrow, 1 o'clock, it'll be the 3A final. It's a rematch from last year as well, as Avonworth will take on Northwestern Lehigh. And then 7 o'clock tomorrow night, Bob McCool and Travis Sparks will have the call of the final game of the high school season, as Pittsburgh Central Catholic will take on LaSalle College. As Williams goes back to pass, throws near side, catches made, and a first down. Let's see where they mark it. Yes, it should be enough for the first down. Gage Ruth makes the catch. They will move the sticks under a minute to go now.
Good strong contested catch there. A good throw, decisive again. Hate to say it, but this is kind of the best the passing game has looked all night for McDevitt.
A lot of time ticking off the clock here. Williams goes back to pass. Scrambles out of the pocket. Smith Ray giving chase along with Wright. Wright's going to grab him and drag him down as he unleashes the ball. It's going to fall incomplete with 33 seconds to go and bring up second down.
Yeah, that was interesting. The McDevitt receivers kind of ran into each other. One of them was walking down the field. Meanwhile, Williams is just standing there looking for something. I don't even think any of the receivers even turned around and looked for the ball at any point. Kind of a tough situation to be in. I'm always thinking like a quarterback. I'm always thinking, what would I do if I was in his shoes? I have no idea what I would have done there.
Once a quarterback, always a quarterback.
Yeah, I guess.
33 seconds to go.
I know what I would have done there. I would have been pissed off. That's what I would have done.
Yes, at this stage in the game, why not?
Yeah.
Off the near hash, out of the shotgun, Williams back to pass, looks. Going to air it out towards the end zone, and again, some contests down the field, and that's going to fall incomplete with 25 seconds to go.
Yeah, Chase hitting the DB, junior DB for Roman Catholic was all over that.
Howard Holton was the intended receiver for McDevitt. So this McDevitt team, again, will graduate the largest senior class that Jeff Wechter has, but there is still going to be some talent left, namely Jonte Quick, Sebastian Williams, Jerome LaRue, assuming he is A-OK. And they will fall short of repeating as state champs, as Roman Catholic is going to win this thing in the next 25 seconds. Pressure coming as Williams throws. Catch is made. Wide open. It's Quick. Quick is wrestled
Williams
to the turf.
Complete to 0, Jonte Quick.
And they're going to move the sticks here with 17 seconds left. And I like this. Jeff Wechter is going to call a timeout here. He's trying to get something in the books for his team. Roman Catholic fans aren't a fan of it, but it makes sense when you're trying to work on some things here using the whole 48 minutes, even though it's not been your night.
No, you made it this far. It's the last game of the year. Of all the times to extend the game and give your seniors a couple last plays after they've shown some promise on offense, so why not?
So 17 seconds remain here. The ball's on the 18-yard line. And McDevitt has a 1st and 10. And we'll see what the final day of high school football has in store for us tomorrow, as again we'll have the rematch between Avonworth and Northwestern Lehigh tomorrow afternoon to kick it off at 1 o'clock. And then a rematch from the regular season as Central Catholic and LaSalle close it out for us here. It's been a fun 2 days as Williams will be back to pass here with 15 seconds to go. Pocket breaking down. Williams looks. Going to float it towards the end zone, and on the back line, it's incomplete with 7 seconds to go. So it feels like it's taken a long time here because of the LaRue injury. We're finally down to the last 7 seconds here on 3rd down for McDevitt.
Williams' pass intended for number 8, Ish Palmer.
Ish Palmer, the intended receiver that time.
Down.
Roman Catholic going to finish 12-3. On the season, and they are going to celebrate for the first time ever. They're going to be PIAA football champions. A crowning achievement for Rick Preet. Came over from Imhotep, also coached at Malvern Prep. Might be the final play of the game. Williams throws towards the end zone and back corner. It is incomplete, and that's going to do it. So Roman Catholic dominates this game tonight. They win it 28-6 to claim their first ever PIAA Class 5A state championship. They take it away from the defending state champs in commanding fashion. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. The postgame show comes your way next. Congratulations to Roman Catholic on their first ever state title. You've been listening to the PIAA Radio Network.
What is life-changing medicine? The discovery of cancer at the earliest possible stage, challenging limits and transforming the impossible into reality, or connecting people to doctors and specialists when they need it most. At UPMC, we believe life-changing medicine is all those things. Our goal is to change the world of medicine and the lives of those around us. UPMC, changing healthcare, changing lives. Life-changing medicine.
Max Preps is your source for Pennsylvania high school sports. Schedules, stats, scores, rosters, rankings, video, and photos. Max Preps gives you access to every team, every game, and every player across the state. Follow your favorite teams by downloading the Max Preps app or go to maxpreps.com. Max Preps, your source for Pennsylvania high school sports. Get in the game.
So Roman Catholic wins it here tonight at Chapman Field as Jeff Wechter and Rick Preet embrace near midfield. Let's take time here for stations to identify themselves. You're listening to the PIAA Radio Network.
You're listening to the PIAA Football Championships on the PIAA Radio Network.
All right, so this game really was, I mean, it never was really in doubt. Roman Catholic came out, they started this game tonight with a 50-yard pass. Beals showing off the arm right away. And from that point on, they just took control of this thing and won it going away. A commanding performance here tonight. This team learned its lesson from a season ago. They went on somewhat of a similar path through Mechanicsburg against Hollidaysburg to get back here. They had this date circled. They had this potential opponent circled, and it all worked out in their favor tonight.
And tonight they were great when they had to be, and what I mean by that is on third down, third and long, seemed like they were invincible. They kept drives alive, and then everyone's going to talk about the quarterback and Samaj Beals, and don't get me wrong, they played a great game. The defense, though, to me was what won them this game. McDevitt has been great on offense all year, but they were stifled tonight by this great, well-coached Roman Catholic defense. What a win for Roman Catholic. Congratulations to them, their first ever state championship.
Yeah, Roman Catholic tonight, 9 of 15 on third down. And they racked up 334 yards of offense, and more importantly, they're going to rack up a gold medal to take back to the city of Philadelphia for the first time ever. 7-1 all-time in the PIAA State Football Tournament as they work through the handshake line here. They had to separate the teams a little bit to get the lines organized here. There was a lot of emotion there between the two sides. A lot of respect between Jeff Wechter and Rick Preet, as we will eventually here, when they work through this line, award the state title to Roman Catholic. We'll listen in as they present that trophy to him. And for Bishop McDevitt, season's going to end here at 12-3, District 3 champs for the 19th time. Jeff Wechter, of course, we said, collected his 300th win all-time, just the second Mid-Penn coach to accomplish that, and only the 22nd in state history. But McDevitt is going to be the bridesmaid once again. They won it last year. They won it in 22. They lost in 21, lost in 13, 11, and 10, and then claimed their first one back all the way in 1995 as they finally are getting through this handshake line. This has taken an inordinate amount of time between these two sides, but good show of sportsmanship here. They cleaned up some of that mess out near midfield and got the team separated. The two coaches were able to get through the lines and meet up with one another. Rick Preet and Jeff Wechter, good friends, as the Roman faithful celebrate here, and they are the PIAA champs. A little bit about Samaj Beals, too, because this kid, over 12,000 yards, going to be an all-state player without question again. He and Gavin Sidwar, two of the best, 6A level. But, man, he just, whatever he did to work on his game in the offseason, it really showed this year because he looked like a different player this season.
What an ending to a historic and great high school career for Samaj Beals. He's been playing here for a long time, and in his last high school game ever, he wins Roman Catholic their first ever state championship. Well deserved. This guy worked hard in his offseason. I know he I heard he put on 20 pounds. He's prepared for the next level, but I hope he enjoys the win tonight. Great job by him.
All right, let's listen in down in the field as they're going to introduce the PIAA state champs. McDevitt will get their runner-up trophy, and then Roman Catholic will get the state championship trophy for the first time in program history.
And we direct your attention across the field. Tonight we recognize the District 12 Chairman, Mike Hawkins, who could not be with us this evening, and presenting the State Championship Trophy, the Vice Chair of District 12. Please welcome Mr. Joe Setti, presenting the PIAA 5A State Championship Trophy to the Cahillites of Roman Catholic.
So there you go. Roman Catholic gets the state championship trophy for the first time in school history. Congratulations to Rick Preet and the Cahillites as they win it tonight in commanding fashion by a count of 28-6 over Bishop McDevitt. That'll do it for the game portion of this broadcast. You can tune in here to listen to the postgame show. James Dotson will have the recap and highlights for you. Historic night here at Chapman Field. First time ever, Roman Catholic state football champs. And you've been listening all to it right here on the PIAA Radio Network.
What is life-changing medicine? Is it returning to the playing field or your favorite hiking path after an injury? Or running with your grandkids after a joint replacement? At UPMC, life-changing medicine is all those things. Through innovative research, rehabilitation, and advanced surgical procedures, our experts get you back to what you love doing. UPMC, changing healthcare, changing lives. Life-changing medicine.
Believe it or not, at Edgar Snyder and Associates, their competition isn't other law firms. It's the insurance companies. If you've been hurt in an accident, watch out. Insurance companies will short sell you. They will deny your claim. They will do anything they can to avoid paying you. With over 40 years of experience, Edgar Snyder and Associates has seen every trick in the book. They'll fight the insurance company every day to get you the money you deserve. They're available 24/7, so contact them now at 1-800-94-EDGAR. And remember, there's never a fee unless they get money for you.
Today's game is streaming live on the NFHS Network. With the NFHS Network, you can watch live and on-demand high school sports on any device, wherever you are. You can relive all the incredible moments from today's matchup on demand at nfhsnetwork.com or with the NFHS Network app for Apple and Android. Welcome to the postgame show on the PIAA Radio Network. With a recap of the game, here's James Dotson.
We do not have a repeat in Class 5A. It is the Roman Catholic Cahillites with a 28-6 victory, convincing victory. It felt, I mean, you look at the numbers, 334 yards for Roman Catholic, 280 for McDevitt, but it never felt like there was ever a time where Roman Catholic wasn't completely in control of this game. 4 turnovers forced, a blocked field goal, a turnover on downs. The Roman Catholic defense, a little bend don't break at times. I mean, again, 280 yards of offense for Bishop McDevitt. But in the end, Roman Catholic able to get the revenge, and they split their series in the last 2 years here in the state championship game. Samaj Beals, an incredible game, 231 yards and 3 touchdowns. Best one of the night. Ending the first half, a good drive down the field, made this a 21-0 game. Here's Eric Thomas again on the call.
2 minutes to go here in the half. Pressure coming. Beals going to launch it far side. Running underneath of it and walking on into the end zone for the touchdown is Ash Roberts.
That was pretty. What a throw by Samaj Beals. to the wide side of the field, hits Ash Roberts in stride.
That was his second passing touchdown. He also ran for a touchdown in the first half. 21-0 Roman Catholic in the lead at the halftime break. McDevitt had a chance, drove down the field early in the second half, but ended up turning the ball over on downs. And Roman Catholic right down the field. A couple of great catches on the drive from the great receiver in Siege. And then Steed ends up pulling in a short touchdown pass to make it 28-0 midway through the third quarter.
Going to be first and goal. Roman Catholic with 90 seconds to go in the third. Cahillites are going to line up, and they're going to slam the door in this state title game here if they get another touchdown. Beals out of the shotgun. Going to hand it off. Nope, quick throw. Caught. Touchdown, Roman Catholic. Guess who? Ian Steed again. 27-0 Roman Catholic. Steed's 8th catch of the night.
Finishes with 9 catches for 102 yards and a touchdown. Steed, Roberts, and Sheed each with touchdown receptions on the evening. After a lengthy fourth quarter, Jerome LaRue, unfortunately injured with about 7.5 minutes remaining in the game, was carted off the field, gave a big thumbs up to the crowd as he was wheeled off for precautionary measures. We hope the best for him. A great drive. McDevitt, again, starting at the 1-yard line after an interception, went down to about the 30 before moving backwards and ended up turning it over on downs. They would get one final drive down the field and would get a touchdown in this state championship game.
Rick Preet is running the show. They're going to be a contender as Williams looks to throw, airs it out, end zone, and it is caught for the touchdown.
Wow.
24-yard touchdown catch. And McDevitt this time finally is on the board. It's Gage Ruth who had the touchdown wiped off a moment ago. And with 72 seconds to go in this one, McDevitt gets on the.
That was their only score. They actually recovered an onside kick, but could not get one more touchdown before time expired on the Crusaders season. 28-6, Roman Catholic, the first state championship in program history. Made it to the finals in football and basketball last year, took home silver, but now bringing gold home to Philadelphia with tonight's victory, 28-6. 2 more games coming up tomorrow. Class 3A, another rematch from an overtime game a year ago. Avonworth and Northwestern Lehigh. That is a 1 o'clock start. You'll hear this same crew, Eric Thomas and Cade Prabula, on the call for that one here at Cumberland Valley. And then the nightcap, Class 6A championship game between LaSalle College and Central Catholic. You'll have the crew from earlier today as well, Bob McCool and Travis Shocks on the car for that one as well. It's cold out there. It's been a long day, a fun day, though, especially if you are a Cahillite, getting your first state championship. 28-6, your final score. That'll wrap things up. We'll see you again tomorrow. 1 o'clock kickoff for the 3A championship game. I'm James Dotson for the entire crew at the PIAA Radio Network. Thanks for joining us. 28-6 in the 5A championship. And you heard it all here on the PIAA Radio Network. Have a good night, everyone.
So Roman Catholic dominates this game tonight. They win it 28-6 to claim their first ever PIAA Class 5A state championship. They take it away from the defending